Welcome into week 3 of the Go 4v4 League. We have the undefeated purple team, something we did not expect going into this season, taking on white. Cade McCrory alongside me, Andrew Keel. Purple looking to go 3-0. They've added more to their roster. Matthew Mania of the Flint Firebirds, an LA Kings prospect, is joining the team. Not that they needed any more help, but Purple, you know, we get into week 3, week 4. Playoff spots are only a couple weeks away, and Purple is really making a run for it.
Yeah, after this week, you'll have 2 more weeks of just playing every team, and then you get into seeded play where you'll play, you know, the teams around your skill level. And then after that, after 2 weeks of that, you got playoffs, and they got to really make a push. And I believe 2 wins in these next 3 games, and I feel like we're seeing them in the playoffs.
As for white, they sit 1-1 at the moment, including a miraculous comeback 2 weeks ago, all the way back to make it 13-12 final. This is a team that kind of, they have a lot of star power, but when that star power isn't there like it was the last week, a lot of guys stepped up, including Anthony Corona had the game winner, but they're a really interesting team to watch, aren't they?
They're an incredible team. That game last 2 weeks ago, definitely, in my opinion, the second best game in all of GOAT history.
Easily.
But it was an incredible back-and-forth game. White able to pull it out with 3.5 seconds left.
I think so.
It was somewhere around there. It was an incredible game, and they're going to make it incredible tonight, I hope.
Goaltending matchups on each side. It's Nikita Volsky over for Team White. He's 1-1 at 10 goals against average so far this season. As for Purple, it'll be Chase Hale, who actually will be playing in all 3 games today. So I kind of feel a little sympathy for Hale, but at least for his own team, he gets the first game. So, I mean, if there's one game to play all out, this is it.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that your team's game to be your last one. I've experienced that myself in years of deck hockey, playing 3 games in a row, and the third one being the one for your team.
There is Matthew Mania, number 14, just made his way onto the ice. Coincidentally, him and team captain Evan Conyan both played for Sudbury last year, both got traded to Flint just a month ago. Coincidentally, now on the same Summer League team. It's an interesting little tidbit going forward. Matt DeMarsico lining up on the wing just fresh off of Penguins camp here, so he's had a lot of action the last couple of days. Here we go, purple and white, our first matchup of week number 3. Evan Conyan leaves it behind his own net for Austin Swankler. Swankler will circle up with it. Swankler storming in, gets this one into the corner, puts this one in front, up to the point. It's DeMarsico. Over for Conyan. Conyan shot, rebound, goes through the blue paint, and will exit. Swankler. Pass intercepted for a moment by Stern. Now he'll move it forward. Move it to DeMarsico. Back to Swankler in front for the other DeMarsico and wide of the net. Double DeMarsico's on the ice. 11 is Matt. 12, Mike. Here's Mike on that Volsky pad stop. Stern plays this one around the wall. He has Cal Houston. Houston throws this all the way up to Kozlina. Kozlina has a break. To his forehand, save made by Hale. White changing behind the play. Move this one down to O'Donnell, the captain. In front, this shot. Rebound pops free. Goes through Hale, wide of the net. Kozlina picks it right back up for White. Pass broken up, and will move to center ice. Here's Anthony Sawicki moves this one forward. Has Sean O'Donnell, loses it. Takes a tumble, still holds on to the puck. Puts this one in front of the net, and now Purple can move it out. Having numbers the other way, they'll move this one up high to Bienshin. Bienshin down the backhand attempt. Volsky makes tough rebound by Bienshin. Volsky is there. Shimizi turning and shooting. Pad stop from Volsky. And Anthony Carone will try to settle behind his own net. Carone moves it forward for Ondos. Ondos works this one in, goes to the front. And it's in. Anthony Carone puts that one over the shoulder of Hale. 1-0 White.
Carone scoring back-to-back goals for White, just 14 days apart. But a great shot there, able to just flick that one up and over the shoulder, under the bar, to make this a 1-goal game.
Purple's a team that likes to strike early. White, knowing that, they get on the board first. That's Carone's 4th of the season. Jack Nolan wins the draw for Purple. He'll push this one in. Nolan has Mania with him. Can't push the puck over to him. Back to defend it is Connor Ribstein of Team White. George Jacklin caught in the corner. Moves this one with a little one-touch pass. And here comes Ribstein storming in. Ribstein puts it towards his teammate. Purple will break it up and look to enter. Here's Bienshin leading the rush. Bienshin moves it across. Shot by Mania. Save by Volsky. One-on-one the other way. It's Acklin against Swankler. Acklin dangles around him. Pushes this to the corner. Behind the net, Acklin. Moves this one to the top of the left circle. Pushes it down. Intercepted by Konyan. Sends this down. Swankler breakaway. Swankler from way downtown puts that over the shoulder of Volsky. And we're all knotted up at 1.
That was a great shot, as you said. Purple likes to get on the board early. Still technically early in this game, so I'd still say that counts. Not the first goal of the game, but the second, as they tie this one back up. And a great shot. Definitely had Volsky thinking he was going for a dangle.
Swankler's 5th of the season. A beautiful shot. Probably one of the top goals we've seen all season long off the draw. Swankler again. Volsky squares up to it and makes the stop. Purple, they play fast off the draw. And you got to be careful. Volsky, luckily, right there on that one.
I believe Purple has a chance to go from 0 to hero last year to this year. There's a chance that they could pull a green. I'm not going to say what they did last year, but if you were here last year, you know. And I think there's a chance based on how well they can play together.
A lot of star power, but they work really well together. Will it maintain the rest of the season here? Swankler storming in, gets around 1, pushes this to the right circle, pushes it down to Konyan. Konyan pushes it behind the net, gets taken down, moves this one towards the wall. Carter Williams is there. White without their assistant captain, Brandon Sabota again, was at San Jose Sharks development camp last week. So maybe some travel. And, don't want to place too many games in a row. But, DeMarsico, like I said earlier, fresh off Penn's development camp that just wrapped up, I don't know, about 2 hours ago. So he's somehow still on the ice. His team actually winning it all in the Michel Briere Cup. Here's Evan Konyan down the right wall. Pushes it towards the net to DeMarsico. Volsky there to knock it away. Other way, 2-on-1. Cal Houston crisscrossing with Stern. Purple breaks it up. Matthew Mania down the left wall. Mania towards the net, backhand, wide open net, and Evan Konyan puts it home. A little bit of Flint action there. It's 2-1 Purple.
Incredible. They just this team, this Purple team, compared to last year, has made so much improvement. The way they can pass the puck across each other, the chemistry is insane.
It seems like some of these guys have played 2-3 years together. In the case of Konyan and Mania, they have. Mario Smith on the ice, one of the top defenders of the GOAT 44 League this season. Here's White storming in, looking to answer. Anthony Sawicki, brother of Nick Sawicki, will circle with this one. Pushes it up high to Kozlina. Kozlina backpedals with this one. DeMarsico all over him. Kozlina running out of room, pushes it towards the wall himself. Looks to dangle through, knocked away by Purple and Shimizi. Down low, Kozlina looks to go up high, past the captain O'Donnell's stick, and Volsky will help out his defense. 17 minutes to go, 2-1 Purple in this Week 3 action to open things up. O'Donnell with some speed, fires him from way downtown. Ricochets off the glass. Carone down low to O'Donnell, pushes this one out to Kozlina, and he tucks it underneath the blocker, and we're all knotted up at 2.
It seems like a repeat of White's game last week so far, as back-to-back, just one goal at a time. Well, one goal, then 2 goals and 1 goal to tie it back up. It's back 2-2.
Seemingly a game of who has the puck last. Here's DeMarsico. Matt, that is. Along the wall. Pushes it towards center. There's Jack Nolan, one of Purple's heroes in the first week. Behind the net, they're going to play it off the wall with Swankler. All over him is O'Donnell. Swankler takes it off Carone's stick. Pushes it to the front of the net. Nolan first attempt fanned on. Second attempt block. And White will clear. They got numbers. It's Kozlina and Carone 2-on-1. Kozlina to Carone. Backhand 5-hole. And getting down is Hale to make the save.
What an incredible save. I don't even know how he got that one, because he looks like he got it with his glove, but I don't know where the puck went to end up in his glove.
We'd think 5-hole or under the pad, but unless he just reached behind, maybe luckily the glove and just snapped it like, oh, look what I found. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have no idea how he managed to grab that with his glove while being in the position he was in.
Hale keeping his team tied at 2. And now Matt DeMarsico storming in. He fires one bar down. Matt DeMarsico, 3-2 Purple.
An incredible play there. Just showing off the chemistry this Purple team has. Able to make plays seemingly effortlessly. As it seemed, and these guys have played 3 weeks together, including last year. You give a little bit.
For some, yes.
Yes. But this Purple team is completely changed.
Here's Kanyan down the left wall. Looks to dangle through. Knocked away by Ribstein. Pushes it towards Carter Williams. Williams tapped forward by Acklin. For Ondos. Couldn't dangle through. Williams to pick it up. Williams behind the net. Circles with this one. Elects the shot. Blocked away by Kanyan into the netting. 14:30 to go in period 1.
As you said, 14 minutes to go. That means we've been 9 minutes for 5 goals.
Seems about the going rate this year, I'd say.
It definitely does.
You know, the last couple of years we've seen, 14-11, 13-12. I think we've only had 2 or 3 games go into that double-digit territory for team goals. And from that net, White with a little sneaky play. Just a little miscommunication between the players there, between Ondos and Williams. Swankler the other way looks to make him pay. Ribstein knocks it away from Swankler and will push it forward. Has George Acklin stride. White 3-on-2. Out wide to Ondos. Ondos looks to go bar down, hits the iron into the netting. Out of play.
Bar up instead of bar down. Not what you want to see in that slot, as he had the corner almost picked. It looked like just gave it a little too much, a little too high.
Coach Ryan Walker back on the bench. Wasn't here 2 weeks ago. Former GOAT player himself. Now taking on the coaching reins off the draw. Clapper and wide of the net by Anthony Sawicki. An interesting set play off the draw. Almost pays off for Team White. Here's Swankler settling it down. Moves it forward. He has Kanyan. Kanyan down the right wall. Crashing in. Rebound is there. Wide open net. Make no mistake. Colby Inchin. 4-2 Purple.
There was no way he was missing that one from that close in. Great save there by Volsky on the first one. Just unable to pick up the rebound, and the Inchin very easily able to put that one in.
Rebound was just too juicy and so much net to work with there. White down by 2 with 12.5 to go in this first half of frames here. Working in is Sawicki. Backhand on net, slashing the leather is Hale to make the save. If your other two teams here watching, Andrew, you probably say, Hale, you're doing a little too much. Let's go. You got 2 more games after this, man.
Yeah, they definitely want him to do a little less to save them energy, but I think he wants to use as much up in this game as possible because it's, for his own team.
Yes.
He wants the cup.
In the end, it's about what team you got drafted on. In this case, it's Purple. Hale having a really good start to his season. Only a 7.50 goals against, which is really low in GOAT standard. That's the second best in the league. White looking to make that number larger in an attempted comeback here. Behind the net, Houston plays it to the wall of Stern. Houston back to Stern. Stern with the open room all by himself. Backhand 4 and save made by Hale with a glove. Rebound pops free and put in by Jack O'Brien, cutting the lead to 4-3.
Holy Tyler Stern, making it all by himself, almost put up a highlight reel goal, but ends up getting a highlight reel assist on that one from the goal by O'Brien as he puts off a great shot.
We talked about Purple skills. White's, without Brandon Sabota, doing a little bit of their own little talent show in front of the net there.
Yeah, everyone's got to step up without Sabota. I mean, and they've done it so far, especially last week. Able to pull off that comeback win without him. They've done a great job so far. Unable to get the win week 1, but past week and 9 minutes have been pretty strong from White.
We have to be really exact on that. A week and 9 minutes.
I wasn't even correct, but
2 weeks and 9 minutes. Close enough, though.
2 weeks and 13.
The other way down, shot by Stern, stopped by Hale. Stern to the corner. Has Houston behind the net. Houston hold it. Past O'Brien, now back to Stern. Stern into the corner. Has a man crashing down. Purple intercepts it. Breakaway the other way for Purple. Storming in is Mania. Look to go between the legs. Puck does not give. Now the other way. White with a break of their own. O'Brien shuffling off the skate of Houston. Rebound for Stern and stopped by Hale with the pad. Mania moves this one to his own boards. Push through center, knocked by Schmizzy, forward for Kanyan. Kanyan leads the 3-on-1. Broken up play by Sean O'Donnell of Team White. To the point, Schmizzy towards the net, blocked into the corner. O'Donnell settles, moves to center. Kozlina in stride off the change. Kozlina faked himself out and puts it into the corner. Purple settles along the FedEx wall. Turned over to Anthony Carone. Carone looking, has Ribstein to the point. And just one too many passes, couldn't settle. Purple break the other way. Down the wall. Mania shot. Stopped by Volsky. DeMarsico throws this one to center. Turned over, and now White with a 3-on-1. Led by O'Donnell, pushes it down low. Bar down. Shaden Kozlina, and we're all tied at 4.
What a shot, bar down. But I want to talk about Connor Ripstein. Goes from goal line to blue line to break up the 2-on-0 to make it a 2-on-1. Unable to make the pass across. Then comes all the way down to help in the 3-on-1. Doesn't get the puck on the 3-on-1, but still going end to end to end in the matter of seconds. That was an incredible endurance play by Ripstein.
Ripstein, one of the underrated players, I'd say, from all of GOAT last year. He ended up finishing almost close to double-digit goals. And really good 200-foot play, as we're all knotted up at 4. And I think a large part of it is to him on that play, as you mentioned, Andrew.
Yeah. He was able to come back and break up the 2-on-0, make it a 2-on-1, forcing him to take the shot as opposed to passing across. And it's an easy save for Volsky on that one.
Kozlina leading the way for White so far. 2 goals on the night for him. Off the draw, Purple Jack Nolan shot rings off the iron. Into the corner, battling away with it is Mario Smith. Loses it to a fellow number 8 in O'Donnell. To center, and there he is, Kozlina leading the rush. Has Ribstein. Kozlina fires one. Too much mustard on it, and he rings around the wall. Now leading the rush is DeMarsico for Purple. Over to Swankler. Swankler for DeMarsico. Chip play in front of the net does not work. Anthony Carone settles for White. Takes it across center into the zone. Carone loses it on the dangle attempt. Goes behind the net. Mario Smith pushes it to Swankler. Swankler with DeMarsico. Pushes his way forward. DeMarsico had it for a moment. Loses it. Pushes it over to the wall. Smith on his backhand, 2 players on him. Down low to Swankler. Swankler behind the net. Fake the Michigan. 2 players there for Team White, and they'll push it off his stick. And now Carone. Quick pass up from O'Donnell. To Kozlina, back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell's shot rings wide of the net. Kozlina dangles his way out of danger. Eventually, the stick of DeMarsico reaches it. Kozlina regains. In front of the net, and firing it home, Alex Ondos. 5-4 Team White, as they come all the way back.
Once again, White coming back from behind. Ondos with a shot. Didn't look like it left for the ice, but able to beat Hale on that one. He was not ready for that shot to come as fast as it did in the location that it was.
Sometimes the on-the-ice ones, you can know as a goalie perspective, might be the hardest ones because you don't expect it.
No, you just never expect it. You're thinking something's coming up.
They were down 4-2, and now they're up 5-4 with 6.5 to go in this first half of week number 3. Now a 2-on-1 again. Ondo's leading it in. Leaves it off for Williams. Williams pushes it along the wall. Smart play there. Pushes it to the blue line. Tries to throw it back in. Broken up by Braden Imler. And we push to center. Kanyan intercepts as they go into the zone. Has to circle back with it. Moves it over to Imler. Imler in front of the net. Looks for the stick of Mania. Into the netting. Out of play. That's about the 3rd time they've tried that play, Andrew.
Either they want to try it and keep it to always happen, or they may have seen something with Volsky that they want to keep working that same spot. But either way, hasn't worked yet, so maybe it's just something they're trying.
Off the draw, Imler, move to Mania. Mania shot, and he scores. Matthew Mania ties this game at 5 for his first career GOAT League goal.
First career GOAT League goal in his first career game. Call him Mario Lemieux.
I think he just needs a couple more to match that feat, maybe.
Maybe.
First goal for the 2023 LA Kings 5th rounder, as we get another NHL-affiliated prospect in the GOAT 4v4 League. We'll possibly see another future one in 2 games. Christian Humphreys, drafted to the Colorado Avalanche in the 7th round of this year's draft. Mania looks to split the D. Volsky down to make the stop. Under 5 to go. All knotted up at 5 at 5:55 Eastern Standard Time.
Mania upset there by Huston. Huston gave him a little shove to keep him off the puck, and Mania was not happy about the little push.
Mania giving the Team White bench some back and forth friendly banter between the two.
We hope it's friendly banter.
We assume.
Yeah.
Everyone's friends at the end of the day, in this league at least. Down low, Bienshin moves it over for Mania. Fanned on the first attempt, goes between the legs, but White intercepts it, and here they come. Carter Williams leads the rush. Onside is on as Williams shot. Glove save made by Hale.
4 minutes to go in the first period. First half, I should say. And it's looking like a split down the middle game. Not as, I don't know if we were expecting a blowout, but it definitely is not a blowout in the first half.
I didn't think it was going to be a very, one-sided affair of going in as, it's a 2-0 team and a 1-1 team that scores a lot of goals. But I like how close it is, and then we've seen that a lot more this year. A lot more competitive hockey games, not blowouts. And even we saw last week with a team that barely had any players, they kept it close. Mania again from way downtown. Out of the net comes Volsky. No shots on goal today, by the way. As we usually do have them today, they are not doing it.
Yeah, at least for this game.
Mania goes between the legs, looks down low Bienshin. Bienshin tries to feed the middle, and this will roll with the blue line down. I would safely assume, though, just off a broadcast perspective, pretty even in shots, I'd say.
I'd say so as well.
Mania towards net, looks to sneak it in. Or excuse me, that was Konyan. And Volsky standing tall to the pass behind the net. Konyan waiting. Looks to get away from Sawicki. Taking his time. Konyan. Up high to Imler. Imler looks to split the D. Gets it right back behind the net for Mania. Up high to Konyan. Fakes the one-timer. Pushes it back. Intercepted to Stern. And here comes Stern. One-on-one against Mania. Drop pass to Carone. Couldn't settle it. There to pick it up now. Over for Stern. Back across. Anthony Carone. Tic-tac-toe. 6-5 Team White.
That could have been really bad for White, but they turned it into something positive because Purple was changing behind the play. If Purple was not changing behind the play, that is a horrible miscue for White. But in the end, turned into a 3-on-1 for about 10 seconds, and they weren't going to miss that up.
O'Brien, Carone, and Stern combining for that goal to get White the lead right back. Here's Carone pushing it in. Couldn't get it out. Now Swankler dangles in, fires one wide of the net. Purple realizing they only got 2 minutes left in this first half to try to tie this game up. DeMarsico moves it back to Swankler. Swankler carrying it in. Swankler towards the net, pushes it wide. Fresh off a brand new contract with the Fort Wayne Comets is number 9 in purple. Carone for Stern. Stern having the edge, backhand attempt, pushed behind the net on the save of Hale. DeMarsico to center. Swankler, drop pass. Moving in now is the fellow DeMarsico, Mike. Back to Shimizu shot. Volsky out of the net, makes a stop, 118.
Since that moment that Mania got a little roughed up, I feel like we've seen a lot of last year's Purple with the Marchand-esque rat type play that they've been doing. A lot of hits, a lot of chippies, got some sticks coming up a little bit. They've definitely changed back to that last year play style, I feel. And I don't think that's what you want in this type of close game.
See if it hurts or benefits this Purple squad the rest of this hockey game. Swankler pushes it to the corner. O'Donnell looks to clear, intercepted. Swankler one-on-one, rings it off the iron. Something he's done a lot this season is Swankler, despite having 5 goals this season as well. Yeah, and then Nolan checked by Ribstein, plays it off the back of the net, skating down is O'Donnell. O'Donnell chips it behind the net, roughs away one, puts it in front. No players on his team available. And now Swankler on a one-on-one. Swankler down, saved by Volsky. And that will presumably do it for this first half, Andrew. 6-5 White. It's been a really fun, physical, and fast-paced first half.
Yeah, it definitely has. And it's going to be interesting to see if Purple stays with their physical, more aggressive side that they had in the last couple minutes.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the second half of Purple and White. Second half, Purple and White. They set the clock to 30. That's an okay. They were down to 23. Puck down, and here we go. 6-5, White. Will they maintain this lead? Will Purple storm back like they did in week one? One of the most intriguing games of the early weeks of the GOAT 4v4 season. Caden McCrory alongside Andrew Keel. It's been a very interesting affair so far. The 1-1 White squad and the 2-0 Purple team. Down low to Ondos. Up high to O'Donnell. O'Donnell across. Kozlina rings it off the post. Oh, looking for the HT in a beautiful position.
That could have been dangerous. That was a beautiful shot, just a little more on target, and I think he beats him.
Mario Smith getting back, beats Kozlina to the puck. Pushes it along the wall looking for DeMarsico. DeMarsico looks to push it up. He has it, moves it to center. DeMarsico going across. Trickling puck, and getting across was Volsky. Robbing Swankler on the back door. White the other way, Houston. Backhand. Puts it behind it, looks in front. No one home. Swankler again looking for vengeance. Down the left wall, pushes it in. DeMarsico backhand, and he scores. Finished off by Matt DeMarsico. Tied up at 6.
Purple able to call that one back. I mean, Volsky, what a play. What a save. I mean, obviously wouldn't be 7-6 the moment, but it could be if he doesn't get across. And that was a beautiful, beautiful dive across to get that with the leg.
We've seen both goaltenders with debatable top saves of the year so far in Chase Hale and now Nikita Volsky. Purple getting the first goal of the second half. Really feeling it. Storming in. Shimizi looks to tuck under the pad. Stopped by Volsky. Now Caron looks to chip it forward. Back is Konyan to break it up. Shimizi down low. Mania leads the 2-on-1. Has Binchin with him. Couldn't get it across. Stern moves it forward. Breakaway Acklin. Acklin coming in backhand. Looks to go 5-hole stop made by Hale. Rebound comes to him. Looks across. Stays in play off the deflection. Caron down low. Looks to circle up high with it. Drops off to Stern. Stern back to Caron along the blue line. Pushes this one along the right wall. Keeps it and carries it in. Across to Stern. Stern across one more time. Had Williams. Back to Stern. Really good passing play from White. Can't find the shot they want. Carone down low to Stern. Stern one more time. Shot coming in by Ackland high and wide. Off the back of the netting. Eventually played out by Williams. Williams bodied off the puck. Conyon looks to sky it. Stays in play. Into the battle of the corners. Out with it comes Purple. 2-on-0. Mania and Conyon. Mania coming in. Saved by Volsky. Conyon behind the net. Hold it. Purple changing. Now gets the men that they want on the ice. Williams comes out with it. Pokes it forward to O'Brien. O'Brien carrying it in. O'Brien across for Williams. Saved by Hale sliding across. One more chance in front. Swartz free. Williams. All the way over for Stern. Pass broken up. Second attempt play down by Sawicki. Down low. O'Brien. Puck taken off of his stick. Back and forth, back and forth. Now here comes Purple again. It's Conyon by his lonesome. Pushing it in. Volsky with the initial save. Rebound pops free. And goes to Anthony Sawicki. Sawicki leads the 3-on-1. Going across. Has Houston. He'll pull up. Houston to the blue line. Goes across. Sawicki. Sawicki rolls behind the net. Wrap around. Ripstein is there. Puck bounces Purple's way. And they will hold.
White has been dominant despite not scoring this period. Technically being down this period, but they have dominated possession.
Mania at the blue line. Sends it in off his own teammate Mario Smith. White plays it out. Breakaway Cal Houston. Houston down the right side. Works his way in. Pulls up. Pulls behind the net. Across and tucked in. Connor Ripstein in all due time gives White the lead. 7-6.
Ripstein with a great shot there. Once again, along the ice. Able to tuck that one in just past the post. Great play there by Huston to catch him after messing up the breakaway. Able to spin around and did that beautiful pass.
White retakes the lead. Ripstein, of course, we've called his name a lot. Finally gets the goal. Sean O'Donnell works against Swankler. Takes this behind the net. Up high to Sawicki. Little touch play. Gives it to O'Donnell. By his lonesome. Still has it. Behind the net it rolls. O'Brien to settle. Jack O'Brien. Rolls to the front of the net. Bouncing puck. Couldn't get it out as DeMarco. Rolls to Houston. Behind the net. One more time down low to O'Brien. Makes Purple man miss. Crosses once more with Houston. Houston in front. Sawicki shot. Saved by Hale. Rebound pops for O'Brien shot. Rolls wide of the net. 17-17 to go. 7-6 White. Houston holding. Rolls behind the net. Looks for the Michigan attempt. Couldn't hold on to it. And now played down low to O'Brien. White just playing the possession game at this point, as they've been in the zone for a long period of time, as DeMarco takes down Houston. O'Donnell takes a bit of an exception, the captain of Team White. Houston rolls away from Swankler, has O'Donnell at center. He'll take it in. O'Donnell drop pass. O'Brien with a screen. Takes it behind the net. O'Brien pushes it off the back of the net now. Bouncing puck in front. Hale finally a chance to cover this puck up. 16:30 to go in the second half.
Like I said, White has been dominant this period. I don't think we've seen the puck on our left side very much.
It's even the chances Purple have had have been decent chances as well, but they've had far and few between in the second half.
They've done a great job defending to not let White get the great shot they want, but they've just been holding the puck, and with a lead, that's what you want.
Kozlina rolls behind the net, gives it off to Ackland. Up high O'Donnell. O'Donnell shot with a screen. Kozlina will pick it up. Up high, Ackland. Once again, screen in front. This time deflected into the net. Out of play.
4.
Four indeed. That one had a lot of height to it. I'm not sure if that was off the shot or maybe someone got a piece of that one.
I don't know. It's definitely going down the fairway, though.
And it's a little bit of a left trajectory. That might have been the woods.
Oh.
Kozlina bodied by Swankler. Swankler and Kozlina. Kozlina all over him as him and Swankler getting a little rough and tumble there. Ondos crashing in off the crossbar into the netting.
It's
Out
off
of
the
play.
shoulder.
Off the shoulder?
Yep.
Let's go back to the little rough and tumble between Swankler and Kozlina. Swankler with the initial hit. Kozlina comes back one. You saw the ref mouth and hey, knock it off.
Looked like he was getting ready to blow the whistle in case anything got worse.
Yeah.
I saw it at least, and I feel like Purple's getting a little chippy now.
Down by one. They want to keep the undefeated streak alive. They have 15 minutes and only one goal. That's plenty of time to do so.
White did it with less than a minute.
That's true. They took it all the way
Twice.
down. They took it all the way down to 3 seconds. Kozlina loses it in the skates. Purple now eventually gets their footing, and Imler gets it to center. Imler into the zone, fires one, glove save, and bounce free. Volsky right to it. Kozlina push forward. Ondos to his backhand. Hale across gets a piece of it. White still maintains possession. Kozlina rolls. Up high it goes. Shot by Williams. Easy stop for Hale. What White's done perfectly all game long is getting the screen. That one, they just said, well Carter, you have a lot open at the shootout. Try to pick it.
One thing about, taking these shots, they take these long shots, they get Hale to cover it. I mean, you don't score, but look at the clock. It's
Already
been
down
20 seconds.
Yeah.
It's been 20 seconds since play stopped. Purple. That's 20 seconds. Purple can't score.
As we do get down, I think, to the last 3 minutes or so, it does stop. But the closer you get to that time, the better off you are.
Yeah.
Kanyan. White all over him. Eventually gets it free to DeMarsico. Now to Mania. Mania leads the rush for Purple. Fires one in, sails wide, and all the way out to center ice. Kanyan with Carone all over him. Carone ties him up, at least gives him a little bit of pressure. And now escaping out with a pass to DeMarsico. DeMarsico having 2 goals today for Purple. Behind the net, Mania. By his lonesome. In front, DeMarsico. Rebound pops free. DeMarsico back to it behind the net as he throws the body before the puck. And now White can escape. Ripstein breakaway. Can Kanyan catch him? Ripstein crashing in. And that'll be a penalty shot or a hook on Kanyan. Regardless, White will have a chance here to expand their lead.
I believe it's going to be a penalty shot.
That's what I would think. Was there enough separation between Kanyan and Ripstein?
No one's going to the box.
It'll just be a penalty. So there'll be a minute hooking call to Kanyan.
Yes, it will be a penalty. Not a penalty shot,
I don't know,
unfortunately.
I feel like there's enough separation on that, but I'm not sure. Regardless, White will have a 1-minute power play to do some damage. Ripstein. Down low to Carone. Up high to Ripstein. Going the diamond formation. Stern in front of the net. Rebound. Poked at and covered up. Parked in front of the net.
I feel like White should take advantage of the strategy I just said. On this power play, the main clock doesn't stop. The penalty clock does. The more you shoot, the more you cover this puck, the more time's going to be killed off the main clock.
Stern kicks this one off the skate of Purple. They'll play this behind the net. Stern in front of the net. Williams fires one. Save made by Hale getting down. Carrying it up is Jack Nolan. Works his way through. Stern picks it off. Forward for Carone. Carone carries it in. 20 seconds to go on the penalty to Kanyan. Carone works this one out wide. Fresh off the bench is Cal Houston. Houston down low to Stern. Stern down low one more time to Williams. Williams shot and he scores. Carter Williams, power play goal. And White takes a 2-goal lead.
And with the goal, clock just keeps going. Penalty clock does not.
Yep.
So that 5 seconds is going to stay up there for a long time. Purple lining up fast to get the clock short. White taking their time to line up, try and drain this clock at least to the 11-minute mark.
5 seconds, well, a little delay, as I think Purple was a little too quick. Oh, they had one extra guy on the ice.
Men.
Yep. But there's not going to be a penalty, though. But I think off the draw, Kanyan will be set free. And now he is set free. But White getting an advantage. They get the power play goal. They have a 2-goal lead here in about 10 and a half to hold on to it. In a situation that they had to come back from 2 weeks ago, they are now in the driver's seat. Houston pushing it forward. Having the skates there was O'Donnell. Pushes it free to Sawicki. Sawicki coming in. Pad stop. Getting the toe out was Hale. He wanted to play it. Referee quick whistle. And now Konyan and Sawicki as well as Swankler getting into it. And there'll be a penalty coming up to Sawicki. So power play for Purple. And I think they did the Marchand-esque. Get under the skin of Team White. And now Purple has a chance to do some damage with a very dangerous power play. But the face-off outside.
Face-off outside. Definitely could have seen them going both ways. But taking White on the retaliation.
No, it's going to go all the way down now.
But unfortunately for Purple, that's more time off the clock because they were getting ready to drop the face-off. And now they got to move it. And White, I think, should kill more time getting into the dot. But they don't.
4 dangerous players on the ice for Purple, but too quick of a face-off. And now Purple only with 55 seconds to do something. Here's Konyan out wide to Mania. Back up high to Konyan. Swankler and DeMarco to the right. Konyan looks to circle in and chopped at and cleared by Sean O'Donnell. The captain, he doesn't score a lot, but man, is he a really good 200-foot player.
Yeah.
Reason why there's a C on his sweater.
Well, a fictional C.
Yes. Yeah, he is the captain. He's the one that drafted this team.
He doesn't have it on his actual sweater.
That'd be something cool they would add here. Chopping away. Eventually works up high. O'Donnell following Konyan. They'll push it to the corner. 20 seconds to go on the penalty to Sawicki. O'Donnell in a little battle with DeMarsico. Stepping aside is O'Brien. Worked up high. Coming down with the shot. Konyan looking in front and broken up by who else but Sean O'Donnell. And the penalty expires. White survives as O'Donnell and Mania flying his way down there. O'Donnell keeping his temper.
Mania looked like he tried to drag him down, unable to get there though.
Swankler pushes it down low. Stepping aside and getting up high with the hit is Swankler. Down went Sawicki. That's going to be some bad blood blowing over between those two. Houston coming down. Shot rolls to the side, and that maintaining possession is White. Houston up high, O'Brien. O'Brien on the backhand. Holds behind the net. Takes this one around. 8 minutes to go. 2-goal lead for White. Kozlina moved over here. Back down low, Kozlina off the stick of Houston. Kozlina will circle. Looks to go through the middle. Fires one down. Blocked by Swankler. Looking for the errand pass to Mania. Broken up by Kozlina. Check coming in from Swankler. Kozlina knocks it away. And push towards the net. Hale will get his stick out. 7.5 to go. And a 2-goal lead. Chopped that by Ondos. Puck still bouncing around. Worked its way to center. White changing. And now Purple had a slight break. DeMarsico coming in. Caught up in the stick of Houston. Towards the net. Rebound pops free. Stopped by Volsky. Houston chops it away to Marsico. Dangling to the backhand, turning in front. Too hard of a pass for Mania. And now with some space is Ondos. Ondos down the right wall. Fires one off the glove, off the back of the wall in front. Ackland. And it'll move its way to center ice. Back and forth they go. In comes Kozlina. Drop pass Ackland. Ackland loses it, takes it into the wall. Ackland. Down low once more for Kozlina. Caught in the skates. Imler gets it for a moment. Moves it over to the also captain, Mike DeMarsico. Forward for Dom Shimizi. 2-on-1. Shimizi shot rings one off the post. Ribstein's attempted clear, not successful. DeMarsico shot off the glove of Volsky, rolls into the wall. And now Kozlina will pick it up. 6:10 to go. Kozlina taking his time up the ice, saving the energy of Team White. Now puts on the Jets. Drop pass for Ackland. Shot. Glove save by Hale. Ribstein puts it behind the net. Pokes this one around. Imler. Behind the net, O'Donnell takes away the stick. As checking backward as Ackland gets into it with DeMarsico, and both will go now a little bit more after the whistle between the two. Both Ackland and DeMarsico will have 3-on-3 hockey for the next minute. This is the
No,
most
force.
penalties.
Force.
So we just say force.
They just said force.
But this is the most penalties in a Go 4v4 game, by far. I think the most we've had is 2.
No, we've had 4 before.
You had 4?
This is 4.
I meant other. We have.
Yeah.
Really?
I believe so.
I feel like there was.
I believe it was purple.
Well, not surprising. I don't think they're very physical. Other way, Bienshin drop pass. Nolan, he scores. Jack Nolan with under 5 to go makes it a 1-goal game.
They're going to lower this deficit. That's what they needed. We have no idea when these two are coming out of the box, by the way.
I don't know if it's minute running and then whistle. I would assume probably that.
With these little whistles, I'd guess.
Yes. Working the rush, going across. A little give and go between Williams and Sawicki. None avail. Swankler leading the rush in. They're down by 1. They need something. They got 4.5 to go. Carone off the pass of Ribstein. He looks to carry through center. Enters in for Team White. Carone, drop pass Stern. Stern shot wide of the net. Williams walks the blue line across. Shot from O'Donnell. Stays alive for White. Into the corner. Stern chipping away at it. Behind the net it rolls to Carone. Carone shot. Knuckles wide. Under 4 to go. Carone down low. Stern by himself. Across. Williams scores. Carter Williams gets it right back. And it's 9-7 White.
Great patience there. Incredible patience to wait out Hale and give their two-goal lead back, which is something they desperately need as we approach stopping clock area.
3:30. Next whistle presumably gets both men out of the box and a stoppage of the clock. Stern chipsing it forward. O'Brien leads the 2-on-0. O'Brien across. Shot by Sawicki. And stopped by Hale. Now the other way. Crossing. Mania. Swankler. Glove save. Volsky. And we'll see if we get the stoppage here at 3, but both men have not exited the box yet, Andrew.
They have not. As we get stopping clock at 3.
Off the draw. Conyan across. One-timer Swankler. Volsky right to it. DeMarsico at the blue line pushes it on net. Pad stop by Volsky. O'Donnell takes his man to the wall. Conyan out with it. Comes Mania. Shot. Saved by Volsky. 2:44. Now here's where things get really interesting.
Yeah. At some point we're going to see Hale leave the net.
Power play unit is on for purple, at least the way they had it. DeMarsico, Conyan, Swankler, and Mania. DeMarsico takes this one behind the net. Moving it up high, Swankler. Across for Mania, and taking away the shot was O'Brien with the block. And Hale heading off. DeMarsico, the extra attacker. And it's 5-on-5. Ackland will take it down. That's not going to count. Both men came out of the box. I don't think Ackland realized that there was an extra attacker. Or we're both supposed to go out on the whistle.
As this is very confusing.
They're going to take away the goal, obviously.
Obviously.
I think the easy solution here is both men return to the box. But we'll see what comes out. I know for sure the goal shouldn't stand.
It should not stand.
We'll see what they come up with. The captains both in there, DeMarsico and O'Donnell. So Ackland will still be set free. Goal should be taken away. It'll be 9-7 Hale officially out of the net. As they want confirmation from the referee. I'm not sure what they're...
They were confirming no goal.
Okay. So no goal, 2:17 to go. Both men out of the box. Goalie out. Okay, we're squared away.
We're good.
We're squared away now. DeMarsico off the one face-off of Conyan. Give and go with Swankler. DeMarsico, shot from Swankler. Save from Volsky. Push behind the net. Stick coming up. High sticking call on White. and it'll be a 5-on-3 with Kanyan drawing the penalty. We got 2:05 to go. They'll have a minute of it to work with on the power play.
Trying to draw blood, it looks like.
It'll be O'Donnell, their best penalty killer and their captain, that'll take a seat. And that's very unfortunate for Team White.
Yeah, unfortunate indeed. Believe it will still only be 1 minute,
Yes.
despite the best sell job for Kanyan, I believe. Kanyan?
Yeah, it was Kanyan.
Okay.
5-on-3 for Purple. Almost double man advantage off the face-off. And they have to retreat back. Mania, will carry in. Mania wants to take himself off and sent down by Sawicki, and that'll kill off a couple seconds.
Able to
of it.
stop
Yeah.
right there. That was
beautiful.
a beautiful play.
DeMarsico looks to carry in, pushes it up high to Swankler. Swankler down low to DeMarsico. DeMarsico in front of the net, has Mania. Across one more time, Swankler blocked away by Sawicki. Walking the blue line, Kanyan. Down low, Swankler. One more time for Mania. Couldn't get it through. Mania picks it up now, top of the circle. Mania. Pass broken up by Sawicki. Back to pick it up is Kanyan. Over to Swankler. Broken up again by Sawicki. 13 seconds to O'Donnell set free. Back to Swankler. He'll push it in. Looking across, bouncing puck. Volsky one stop, two. No signal yet.
Purple thinks it went in. Refs colluding.
Yeah, I'm not
Purple's
sure.
up at the line.
They're going to say good goal.
They're going to say a goal. No idea who will get the credit for that goal.
There are so many bodies in front, I'm not sure. But regardless, it's now a one-goal game. 4 seconds to O'Donnell is set free. We'll have to go back and look to see who touched that.
Yeah.
Off the draw, they look to win it forward. Out of the box comes O'Donnell, 5-on-4. DeMarsico up high to Kanyan. Under a minute to go, 1-goal game. Kanyan, blue line. Looks to chip it down. Swankler's in the corner. Fans on the first attempt, goes back to Kanyan. Moved into center. O'Donnell's there, looks to push it. Tripped up, and there will be a penalty coming up on O'Donnell for a tripping call. 41.9 to go. So just as he exits, he goes back in.
That was a questionable call, if I say so myself.
So O'Donnell wants an explanation why. Maybe a little bit of stick hits the knees, you take a tumble. In that scenario for Purple, not a bad sell job indeed if it was.
Yeah.
Off the draw, Swankler across from Mania. Mania blocked away by Houston. Mania circling. Down low to DeMarsico. 30 seconds to go. DeMarsico behind net for the fellow DeMarsico brother. Around the wall, Mania. Up high to Swankler. Swankler, clapper, stop. Rebound is there and pushed wide. 18 seconds. Chopped out by Houston. Pushes this one to center. Purple with 13 seconds now. Mania will pick it up. Mania, one last rush for Purple. Skates it in himself. Mania fires one wide of the net, rolls behind. O'Brien will take this one off the stick of DeMarsico, and that'll do it. Purple has fallen for the first time in 2024. White with a 9-8 victory. What a game indeed.
A great game there. I mean, if Purple, even if you tie that game, I don't know if you're safe, especially after last week, White scoring with 3 seconds left, but don't have to worry about the comeback this week. They have to they slave off a comeback from Purple instead, as they will both be 2-1 now heading into next week.
Only one undefeated team remains, and that'll be the team you see next. It's Team Green as they take on Team Black. Carter Williams in the end gets the game-winning goal, and a crucial one on the power play right before that as well. And wow, what a game! But you see, they're still exchanging words from the runways. But White in the end ends up getting the victory without their alternate captain Brandon Sabota. And you got to talk about the goaltender Nikita Volsky. A lot of shots came his way in the last 5 minutes.
A lot of shots, able to stand tall, and was able to put the team on his back in that on those 5-on-3s at the end of the game. 2 of them, unfortunately, lets one in. But I mean, it's a 5-on-3. You're going to let one in.
But to conclude here, a lot of penalties, a lot of insane back and forth. But in the end, Team White knocks off the now defeated Team Purple by a score of 9-8. I'm Cade McCrory alongside me, Andrew Keel. Up next, Evan Smith and I will have the call of Team Black and Team Green in just a few short minutes. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Mew Sports Complex. Game number 2, we got green taking on black. Whole lot of missing players. And this game, like you said, Caden, might not be as close as that first one.
No, it's definitely not. My mistake also in the first game. It's Carson Fry that's playing the next 2 games, not Chase Hale. But regardless, he's going to have a busy workload as he has to play this game and the next one. But Black's looking for their first win. Green's looking to stay undefeated. We saw one top dog go down just a couple minutes ago in purple. Can Black do the same thing to Green?
And do I remember correctly, was Zach Ferris the goalie that 2 weeks ago was standing on his head? A game ended up giving up about 6 or 7 goals.
Yep.
But it's a GOAT league, so that number doesn't matter quite as much as it would in other hockey games.
No, and he's just been really, really good. I mean, the first game he only let up, I think, 3 or 4 goals. His goals against is .550. And I mean, for a league that averages about 9 goals a game and a goals against average of .550, I mean, that's pretty damn good.
Yep, so he's going to be probably leading Green here on top of that offense led by Colby Saganook. And Mike Hertzberg, he showed off last week.
Yeah, he did. He had a
Not
really
2 weeks ago, sorry.
Yeah, 3 goals in that game, Evan. Of course, you got to call off 3, but you know he's just one of the guys that just kind of flown under the radar, and then you know he's just had a really good start to his season. And Green, they don't have any goalies to deal with. It's going to be a lot of guys who have to step up, and they really have so far down the stretch.
Yep, just waiting for the refs to stop talking to the kids down between the penalty boxes. And it looks like we're ready to drop the puck. Face-off is taken by Green. Back into their zone. Defender loses it, and Ferris is going to have to try to freeze it immediately, but loses it. And Black takes it back in their offensive zone. Flips it across to Sawicki. His shot's going to go wide and around. Grabbed by the defenseman. Backhand shot, and he scores right away. Jackson Morehouse, whoops, leads off the scoring.
Yeah, good work by the 2 14s on the ice. Morehouse, the captain of Black, and the shot by 14, Jarman out of Boston University, transferring to Lindenwood this season.
And also shout out to Morehouse for having his number look like an 11 with the jersey tucked up so high.
Definitely does, but also you just know when you see an 11, it's a red helmet, Nick Sawicki.
Fair enough.
So to learn on the fly there.
Green enters the zone and takes it backwards. Cycling through. This is Sir Mack. He's going to pass it forward. Going ahead is Schaefer. Barely has possession as he gets to the corner. And it's going to be snapped right back up by Black. Passes ahead and enters the zone. Pass it across the net to Goldfein. He's going to lose it right back to Green. And there's Hertzberg on a breakaway. That's not Hertzberg. Whoops. Simcoe? I saw the red and just immediately assumed. It goes right back to Black this time. Jackson Kroc goes right across his shot, scores. Zach Goldfein. Top shelf dagger at 2-0.
First career GOAT League goal there for Zach Goldfein. And Zach Ferris getting beat early. Green's defense a little slowish to start here. But Black really responding well.
I've only called 2 games for Zach Ferris, but I've announcer jinxed him about 4 times already.
Yes, I think the opening was not a very good look to start here.
Evan Mitchell. He scores right through the 5-hole. Fast and early and often so far in this game. Only 2 minutes into the game, 3 goals.
Simcoe had a hat trick in week 1. This time takes it down. And we talked about Green just needing to respond with 1. There we go. It's a 1-goal game.
Okay, the goal horn was kind of amusing there.
I love it.
Knocked ahead by Saganook. He's going to take a quick shot. It's going to bounce away. Into the corner. It's going to be picked up by Morehouse. Morehouse slides it across. Mitchell around the edge. Slides it back to Morehouse. Tipped ahead into the corner. Ferris is going to knock it away. And Green's going to take it. Simcoe hands it off. Goes around the net. Passes it forward. Simcoe tips it, but it's going to be saved.
Beautiful give and go between Rosensteel and the eventual give and go there to Simcoe. And it did go in. So Simcoe with 2 on the game.
Didn't see any movement, and then it popped up right in front of the 5-hole. I was about to say Carson Fry doesn't look tired, but his 5-hole might be a bit so far. Green tips it up into the Black zone. Nabbed by Kroc. He's going to pass it forward. Lewandowski up again. Cycling through the corner. Behind the net. He's going to lose it, but gets right back to Lewandowski. Fighting for it. Passes it. It's going to be picked up by Jarman. Spins it back to Lewandowski. He's got room and he's going to take a shot right above the glove and off to the side. And taken forward by Cam Davis before he gets it stolen back by Kroc. Kroc's going to lose it momentarily and knock it right back to Green. Sir Mac's shot's going to go right. Looked like he was going to freeze it, but he lets go of it at the last second. And a tipped pass is going to result all the way down the ice. No icing though, as Ferris will try to play it. He still has it. And the handoff. Moving forward. And that one might end up as icing, but it gets waved off.
Aggressive goaltenders going to try to avoid icing as much as they can here.
Taken forward. Jackson Kroc tips it backwards. On the near side. Behind the net, fighting for it. There's a bit of a Magic Man battle there as it goes to Colantonio. To the point. Don't have a number 7. But we do have Zach Goldfein. Oh, Tyler Love. Goldfein loses the puck and rushing it forward is Schaefer. His shot's going to be knocked away. Pit hockey player, and they don't have a true D1 hockey team, but I think that's a missing market.
Acha D1, still really good.
Pat in front. For an NCAA school, that could be a great market. We see Penn State. Didn't seem like a hockey market at first, but they've jumped all over it. Pittsburgh, they got those Penguins. They would support a pit hockey team
I'd really
very
like
well.
to see that one day. I think it's, like you said, really good opportunity for them.
Shot ahead by Simcoe. It's going to go behind the net. Fighting for it, it's Hertzberg. And the puck's blown dead.
Net knocked off there, so good back and forth both sides, not up at 2. You know, we've seen the goals kind of dwindle, but I think the better play overall has been the last couple of minutes. It's good to see. Maybe this game's going to be a little low-scoring defense kind of affair, and compared to what we saw last game, maybe a little bit of a healthier for the eyes.
Hertzberg takes a quick shot off the faceoff, gloved and frozen. 17 minutes to go by the time we get this faceoff off.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned all season. Black's been without Zach Hickson and Austin Orbitz, their 2 alternate captains. Both kind of just dealing with injuries and lingering stuff from last season. So hopefully they'll get them back. And, you know, you see like Black seems a little sluggish at times. They're without 2 of their top guys.
Yep. Morehouse passes it back. A quick shot tries to get tipped by Goldfein, but nothing happens with it. Towards the center of the ice. Black's going to be able to keep it, but still have to exit the zone and aren't able to make a play. Ferris cycles it around, and right back to Black. Coming off of the bench at the right time. Leaves it behind. He's going to throw it forward for Mitchell. And Mitchell had a chance, but he gets his stick knocked away. Tips it back in front of the net, nothing comes of it. Knocked across the ice and picked up by Mitchell again. Keeping it behind the net. Forward, quick shot and scores. Thomas Jarman with a beautiful one-timer. Makes it 3-2, Black.
Good to see Jarman first game back, missed the first 2, gets signed just yesterday to be on this team, played last season, had a nice showing in 7 goals, and now takes the lead here for Black. Good overplay there, Evan Mitchell as well on that one, the Chatham boys.
Jarman can't even get his own number, but he can get a couple goals here today.
He's just going to be alternating numbers pretty much of who's not going to be here because Black has so many players on their roster.
What are the odds he leads in points now? Just based off that?
I don't know. That's going to be, I'll put that at plus 20,000 right now.
Dang. Disrespect.
Not disrespect, I just want to see him climb that far. The odds go down the more points you get.
Green's going to take it away. Rushing forward is Sir Mac. He's got his man. Picks across. Blocked on the shot by Davis. Still in the green zone. They have possession. Just in front of the net. Tries a backhand. And he scores. Oops. Colby Saganook. Oh, whoops. Sexton Robertson.
Close enough. 7-8. Regardless, Robertson, good backhand shot. Gets it through Fry. All knotted up at 3. So the back and forth hockey we want to see today.
Yep, bit of the struggles of the broadcaster with 2080 vision, but we've been fighting through it for years. Why stop now? Black has the face-off. They take it forward. That's Swick. Swicky's going to toss it in front. It goes right back to him. Pass across. He had a top chance, but he couldn't get the shot off in time. And it throws it back to Jarman. Jarman takes another shot off the pads. Taken around by Sawicki. He's going to leave it. And gives it right back to Lewandowski. Tip out in front. It's going to go behind the net. Rides the red line. Sawicki spins around, tries to pass it. Can't quite get it, but the rebound attempt. Big mess in front of the net. Stays there, though, and finally ends up behind it. Black still has possession, cycling around. They make one change to get Morehouse back on the ice. Behind the net, Sawicki. No movement happening. They finally get to the point. Slow and steady. Right back behind the net for Morehouse. Morehouse tips it out in front. Nobody there to receive the pass, and Green's finally going to get possession. Probably the longest sustained offensive pressure that we've seen.
Yeah, definitely of this game. We saw last game, of course, Team White having it for 4 or 5 minutes on end, seemingly, in the offensive zone.
But now it's Green's turn to counter back. Cam Davis gives it up for Jack Rosensteel. His shot's going to go behind the net, taken forward. But Black's going to get the pass out. It's a 3-on-2. Moving slowly, Lewandowski passes across to Morehouse, but his shot's going to be blocked off the ankle of Hertzberg. And Green tries to corral it, but they're just going to tip it away. And Black's going to grab it in their defensive end. 12:47 to go in the game as they take a second to freeze and get a change off. First half, I don't know why I said game there.
First half game, seemingly it all blends together.
No one's going to remember that if I don't point it out. Is that, not Goldfan, that's Colin Tanio. Gets it stolen by Hertzberg, but kept in the zone by Tyler Love. And Love takes it around himself. Tips it back to the point. Colantonio takes a shot. Hertzberg's going to knock it out of the air after it gets blocked. In the corner, Black still holding possession, but they will lose it. And we'll see if this one ends up as icing. It does not. Out in front, Green's going to nab it at the blue line. Takes a second to exit and rushes back into the zone. Cermak loses the puck, but it's going to be grabbed by Simcoe. Throws it back out of the zone. Just narrowly avoiding an offsides there.
Yeah, smart play by Simcoe.
As he's going to take it back in. His shot just off the crossbar. Thought I saw some net moving there. Bit of a disagreement on the ice, it seemed like, but Green's going to keep their pressure. That shot's going to be off his own man. And it's Hertzberg. Cutting the edge. He's going to leave it up. Passes across. Schaefer fighting in the corner. He's going to toss it back to Hertzberg at the point. He's going to take a shot. Tipped in and scored. Looked like there was some movement there. I'm not quite sure who had the puck last. They're going to give it to Milan Cermak.
Yeah, at least there's a lot of sticks in front. What a shot, though, by Hertzberg. Seemingly, I think Cermak got the final touch of it. At least he's kind of seemingly celebrating on the bench, at least. So, regardless, great screen in front, good deflection.
You hear a lot of talk about Sidney Crosby. Tipping the puck's not a game of luck.
It's a skill. You got to practice it constantly, and right place, right time, you're going to get those goals.
Black has it in their own zone. Cutting it forward, John McDonald. He's got his man across, but he's not going to give it to him. Keeps on cycling, gives it backwards to Jarman. Jarman passes up in front. Mitchell behind the net. Passes across. Jarman can't do anything with it, but he's got a chance on a rebound. Nothing happens. Green ends up with the puck. Cuts it through. It takes a weird bounce off the wall. But Saganook's going to take it in. Loses it. Right back to Black in front of the goaltender. Cycling behind the net, and Jarman's going to lead them through. 2-on-1 opportunity if they with speed, but they don't. And a quick glove save.
Yeah, things have really settled down defensively here for Green. I think Ferris needed a couple to get warmed up. I think Fry on the other end as well. And now we're really starting to see the goaltenders flash the potential that we've seen all season long here.
Yeah, we had the same amount of goals in the first 2 minutes that we've had since then. Black wins the face-off in the offensive zone. Pushing it forward is Mitchell. It's loose in front of the goaltender, but a stick's going to be lost, and Green's got a 2-on-0. The closest defender doesn't have a stick, pushes the man beside, and that shot's going to be off the post. Kicking it away without a stick is Lewandowski as Black enters the offensive zone. Yarman pass across, can't get anything there from Sawicki. Back to Morehouse. Keeps it into the zone with a beautiful falling play, and Jarman's right in front, tries to put it in, but he's blocked by Ferris.
Man, what a save by Ferris to get across with Matt, robbing Jarman.
Entering in the zone, Brady Simcoe's quick shot's going to be frozen in the 5-hole. Hertzberg keeps it alive. Quick over to Simcoe, he couldn't corral it. Waiting for it back to the point. Lewandowski is going to exit the zone. Pass it across to Morehouse. Morehouse is going to let the puck bounce behind the net before tipping it to Sawicki. Across misses Morehouse and goes to Goldfein. Goldfein back behind the net. Hands it off and hands it right back. Quick pass in front. Nothing comes. And Green looks like they're going to gain their possession. Going to have to fight to get out of the zone, though, as they end up getting it to Hertzberg. Hertzberg moves it to Cermak. And this time it will be icing?
Yes, this time it will be an icing. I think that was pretty 50-50 puck, if I'm going to be honest here.
Yeah, that looked like it was further ahead than some of the ones that were let be, but
We're going to be a little bit longer of a break here. Zach Ferris getting a little bit of a water break here. Just needs something to hold on for the next 7.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Can't blame him. He's made a ton of remarkable saves, as he always has. And get the water if you need it, man.
back to the point. Tipped in front, over to the side. Nothing comes of it. And Green's going to once again look to change the pace. Cross to Schaefer. Hertzberg enters the zone. He's going to go around the edge and take a bad angled shot that goes nowhere, but back to the point to Schaefer. Gives it back to Hertzberg. It looks like he wants a shot, but he's going to pass across. Glove saved and left in the 5-hole. 7 minutes to go at the end of that play.
Uncontested shot there for Rosensteel. There's a lot of space there for Fry to just kind of relax, let the puck come to him. We saw last game with White, they're drawing up play. Put the guy in front of the net, take the shot from the point, look for the deflection, or just try to create some kind of traffic in front. Goaltender's going to stop 10 out of 10 coming from a wide open angle.
Schaefer has it next to the net. Bit of a battle in front, but it's going to be cut behind where Black will gain the puck. Up the middle, fighting through it, is Tyler Love. He's going to keep it past center ice and enter the zone. They got away with an offsides there.
Yeah, definitely did.
That was just blatant. But Green's going to make sure they don't face any consequences for that mistake. And now it's Schaefer with one man in front of him and surrounded by the entire Black team. Tipped behind. Schaefer's going to grab it again. Black rushing the zone. And they're going to lose it behind the net. Oops. Cam Davis enters the zone for Green. And exits the zone for Green.
Yeah, Black's done a nice job here, just congestion in the middle of the ice, not giving Green a lot of room here the last couple of minutes.
And a couple of those Green guys run right into each other as Saxon Roberson enters the zone. Gives it right back to Cam Davis. And Black regains it. Not for long, though. And even not for longer when they didn't have it. That's great grammar right there as John McDonald's shot gets knocked away. And taken forward by Rosensteel. He's going to wait for his guys to get there. And there's Brady Simcoe with a net in front of him. Through the 5-hole and saved.
Good.
5 minutes to go, 5-3 Green.
It was good give and go. Simcoe has a magic touch when he gets to the front of the net there. And just a better save there from Carson Fry. We talked about Black and their roster being kind of big. Yarman just added as a free agent. And now recently Tyler Love and Kenny Cadwallader. Kenny Cadwallader obviously not here today for Black. Traded over to Team Black just yesterday.
Hertzberg passes it out and gets Green an offensive shot. Quick shot. Tipped away off the pad. Black gets the rebound. Cutting the side and gets it stolen right in front of the net. It's spins around to keep the puck with him. Pass across and then head to Hertzberg. Makes some dangles and he scores. Mike Hertzberg. Sorry, not second of the game. He got that first one tipped. Nonetheless, he's been stepping up that offensive output.
Yeah, you talk about offensive output. 5 goals in the last, 2 games is pretty freaking good, as well as a primary that could have been counted as a goal. I mean, he's really stepped up his game here. After only having 1 goal all of last GOAT season, he's probably been one of the top highlight players for Green.
He's trying to change that helmet into being an actual Ohio State helmet.
Hey, Arcadia in the NCAA is still a decent hockey school, but Ohio State's a little better. One step closer.
Black wins that faceoff as they cross the logo into the zone. Tries to do a little bit of ticky-tack, but Sawicki can't hold on to it. But he will circle ahead. Backhand shot and a beauty. He heard that disrespect and did not like it.
And what a goal from Nick Sawicki. Backhand beauty over Ferris. That's one of the few ways you're going to beat him. You got to get him moving. And that's been perfectly executed play there for Sawicki, who's been kind of the front runner for Black in terms of goal scoring. That's his 4th of the season, team leading.
Yeah, he missed that backhand and said, I'll do it myself. Sorry, he missed the one-timer.
Yes.
Simcoe battles it, has to roll the line to not get an offsides, and he'll pass it to Hertzberg. Hertzberg's shot patted away. And Black's going to launch it out of the zone. Schaefer's there. Spinning around right in front of Ferris. Hertzberg was not ready for that one.
Little friendly fire there between Schaefer and Hertzberg.
Looked like a wee bowling jump.
Kind of did.
Hertzberg takes it up the side. Black's going to intercept that. But with 3 green guys in front, not much is going to look to happen. Nice shot, though. And that'll go all the way around the ice down to Carson Fry. Fry hands it off. 2:23 to go in this first half. Right through in the zone. Couple of dangles on a backhander, but it just misses the net. But Black will sustain the pressure. Cycling it through. Back a quick one-timer by Lewandowski is going to be saved, and the puck will be frozen.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go. 1 goal game, almost the exact same scenario in the first game today. It seems like every game has the same script, doesn't it? 1 goal game heading into the half, and just constant back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's really good to see.
From the entertainment standpoint, gotta love it.
I don't know who the script writers are, but they really, really did something good this week.
Green steps forward. Now that we said that, it's going to be a blowout for the next
I really
3
hope not.
periods.
I really hope not.
Black's going to take it out of the zone. Rushing it forward. And hands it off. Lost the names there, but nonetheless, Black keeps it in the zone. That time it's Colantino. Morehouse gives it up, and a shot by Love goes behind the net. Green regains it. Weird way to ride the glass there. And a complete rush by Cermak. He's been disrupting everything, and he's got a breakaway. Cuts it around and puts it in.
Man, what a goal from Milan Cermak. That's his 2nd in the game, and man, beauty. You talked about him being just everywhere, all game long, and now he has 2 goals on the score sheet to show for it. Really good showing from Milan Cermak today.
Yeah, Cermak's like that crazy dog at the park where anytime he sees a ball get bounced, he's going to run right through it. And that's exactly what it looked like on that play. Once again, he does a quick rush forward. That time passes it, though, and the shot's going to go haywire. Tyler Love grabs it for Black. And on a breakaway attempt, backhander tried to recreate Cermak's goal, but he can't quite do it as Ferris shuts the door. 15 seconds. Green's going to cross the zone. Might have gotten a bit lucky there. Right out in front, the backhand goes up and away. Just avoids the netting, though, so we're going to let run this last 3 seconds. Black has possession. One last shot for Green, though. They scored, but not in time.
Yeah, good luck for Saxon Robertson if it was about 0.2 seconds earlier.
It took his time when there wasn't much time to
Yeah.
take. Make sure that we end that first half 6-4. We'll be right back. Did you miss us? It's been a while, but we're back for the second half. Kicking off in just about 1 second here.
Yeah, solid minute and 45-second break, Evan. It's been a really long time.
Hey, it feels way longer than that when Jeffrey Fiola's nagging in your ear.
Shout out Fiola Films, ultimate Goat League creator, Penn State creator, high school football, hockey creator.
Bragging about who he has in his contacts.
Yeah, he has a lot of people in his contacts. I'm not sure anyone would know who they are except for him.
I got the building namesake in my contacts. Does he know it? Probably not, but nonetheless, Black on the rush. Behind the net fighting for it, keeping it alive. Quick pass across and a one-timer. It's going to be launched in by McDonald. Just right place, right time, and put a lot of power into that tiny shot.
First-year GOAT player John McDonald. Really good showing so far. Over a goal per game. That's his 4th of the season. And we talked about the 5.50 goals against for Ferris. One more goal and pretty much staying the same. So that number is bound to sadly take a little bit of a dip.
Running through. Forward to Sawicki. Looked like he was going behind the net, but he's chased out in front, and Ferris is there to stop him.
Yeah, I forgot to mention as well in the last game, Chase Hale and Zach Ferris both invited to Pittsburgh Penguins development camp that just wrapped up earlier today as some of the practice goalies that they had participating. So congratulations to both of them.
Wearing similar jerseys.
Similar. You at least have the Penguin logo on the side of the sweater.
Green's going to win that faceoff in their defensive end and cycle it back behind Ferris. Fighting in front of the Rita sign as he's got to spin back around. Schaefer gives it to Hertzberg. And he's going to enter the zone with some speed. His shot's going to bounce off the 5-hole. Rebound's going to get knocked in the air where Black's going to take advantage. Morehouse avoids Schaefer in that corner and spins back around. To the point for Love. Love's shot looks to get tipped, but Ferris is there to stop it.
I mentioned earlier in the game, traffic in front of the net. Look who's in front of the net this time for Black. It's Sawicki. Really good hand-eye he's had all season long. Right place, right time.
As shown by that beautiful backhander he had.
Yep.
Probably the best goal we've seen in this game. A little bit of time wasted as they cycle back for the face-off. Schaefer finally enters it. Black's going to win it. Just barely keeping it into the zone is Tyler Love. From the point all the way back, and a quick one-time attempt by Morehouse is going to get whiffed. He'll recover and keep spinning around. His shot's going to go behind the net. Picked up by Sawicki. He spins around. Looking for something. Gives it up for Morehouse back to Sawicki. Sawicki, backhanded pass, but Morehouse can't connect on it. Almost kept it. Still battling. Possession switching back and forth pretty quickly. But Black will keep it. Tyler Love enters the zone again. Another pass across the net. Can't connect. Going that good old NHL 24 strategies.
The pressure. Where's the pressure meter?
Spinning around and passing it across to Rosensteel. Exits the ice as it goes behind the net. Cycling around back to Tyler Love as Black's going to take it away. Look to give a bounce pass to Lewandowski, but it's going to end up as icing as he didn't ankle it just correctly.
It looked like Ferris wanted to play it, and I think that's what Black was arguing. He was like, hey, maybe we should put that center instead. The referees will take it all the way down.
Not the most heated argument we've seen today.
No, definitely not.
That first game was
That's something.
pretty
It
chippy.
really did.
Pretty chippy. Black takes the draw. Jumping around is Jarman. Jarman across to Colantonio. Mitchell tries to cut it around the zone. He's going to lose it momentarily, and there's a big mess for the puck, and it's not even there. Black ends up retaining their possession. Bounces it around. Grabbed by Mitchell. Mitchell passes it. Shot tipped and saved. Green spinning it around once more. pass way ahead. Successfully gets it through. But the defensive battling by Colantonio makes sure nothing comes of it. Black regains the puck. Tips it forward. Green's going to get it back at center ice. Spinning through, passing it ahead. Just barely keeping it on sides. Gives it back up. Passed across to Saganook. He'll let it go at the FedEx logo. Brady Simcoe. Back to Saganook. Saganook gets it stolen away. Colantonio is making a big impact on defense in this second half.
Yeah, Black's really locked it down here. Try to keep it a one-goal game.
Running it forward now is Green, led by Cam Davis. His shot's going to go wide. Pushing it through. Nothing comes of it. Saganook across for Hertzberg. Out in front, Hertzberg's going to run with it, but he lets it go. Jackson Kroc loses it, keeps it behind the net. Goes back to him, but Green's going to steal it off. And a 1-on-0 attempt for Brady Simcoe. Backhander, save made off the side.
That would have been a highlight reel goal, something flashy we've seen for the first time this game. I think the most flashy, I'd say, out of Brody Simcoe.
Hertzberg's going to grab it in the defensive end. Throws it to the side with a couple men waiting. Schaefer's going to try to grab it, but give it right back to Black. Pushing it forward is Morehouse. Lewandowski. Back to Morehouse. He's got room in front of the net. His shot will be saved in the glove hand of Ferris.
It's just been really weird. I mean, I know this is Morehouse's only second game. But you look at last season, the two top goal scorers, and all of good, it wasn't Logan Coley. It was Jackson Morehouse and Colby Saginaw. Combined, going into this game, they have combined for 1 goal all season long. Both had 18 last year. Aging veterans, letting the youngsters do all the work.
Quick shot attempt. Ferris gloves that one, and we go right back to the faceoff circle.
Good shot by Mitchell. I got to give him a quick shout, of course. Fellow RMU student Keith Reed, interning with Evan Mitchell, said you better give him a shout out. And I said only if he'll score a goal, but seemingly Evan has to make up his end of the bargain on that deal.
Another one-time attempt and another glove save, and once again frozen.
He's really trying to make up the end of that bargain, isn't he?
We'll head right back to the faceoff circle for maybe third time's the charm.
I love the setup, though, from Black. Just keep doing that.
Well, they got to win the faceoff to do that, and that time they got locked up. Green with Hertzberg sprinting to the zone. Throws it back and wants a cross. Can't get possession in time for a good shot. It's going to go off the side of the net. Keeping it in is Schaefer, but gives up the possession. And Saginaw gives it up for Goldfein, and Ferris freezes it.
Now you see that little extra whack in front of the net that time, Evan? That was a friendly whack. I know we haven't seen that much today, but that was called a friendly whack. It's just calling last game and looking at this, you probably would say, oh, this game's boring. Wow, this is probably one of the most even games I've ever seen.
Yeah. But no one's fighting, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that might be the new norm for people that were watching for the first time. The first time, like, oh, your league has the hitting. But no, that's not normal, I promise.
Green across. Colby Saganook's shot bounces it almost behind the goalie. I got flashbacks to Louis Domingue in 2021.
I don't know how Fry got a piece of that. It seemed like it was going to go off of his back and into the net.
Yeah, he just barely got that glove to knock it away from then. Mitchell is going to lose it to Saganook. Saganook up ahead. There's the hit.
Yeah, that was incidental contact, of course. But, you know, head into the box there will be
I don't know.
will be Milan Cermak.
It looked like he leaned into it, and he looks like he knows he did too.
I feel like you wanted to go for the hit. I don't think you wanted to do that exactly. Regardless, he's going to head to the box for a minute.
He'll laugh himself out for about a minute.
Luckily, I think it was Colantonio who he ran into is okay. That's the biggest part here.
Might be our Subway sandwich of the game.
Bringing that back. It's been a couple of years since I've We've had that segment.
Well, they actually haven't paid us, so
Uh,
it'll be our It'll be our
purgatory sandwich of the game.
our Caden's mom's sandwich of the game.
Shout out.
I don't know. My mom doesn't make sandwiches, but there's a quick shot. Back behind, spinning around. And around to the corner, McDonald. Tips it backwards to Sawicki. Sawicki across. Fighting at the point. Here's Kroc. He's going to give it up. And a quick one-timer tipped in, and scoring is Sawicki.
What a deflection. I talked about it earlier. Sawicki in front. Really good with that stick. Power play goal. All knotted up at 6. Beautiful execution from Team Black.
And up goes Zach Ferris' goals against average. He had about almost a 10-minute streak before we mentioned something.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
right,
after we mentioned something.
Well, right now it's going up very slightly. It's a 5.50 right now. What's a 5.75, I think.
And that one's going to go through the 5-hole, saved with the glove.
Oh,
Let's
look
go
up.
of it too early. Simcoe fights it out of his hands. Quick shot's going to go off the pad and behind the net.
Back to even strength here. Cermak out.
Black takes it forward with Goldstein. Across to Jarman. Out in front, Lewandowski's going to lose it, trying to avoid a bit of contact. Schaefer enters the zone, throws it out in front. Backhand attempt, can't hold on. It goes flying in front of the net. Would have been a high sticking, I think, if they would have connected there. Schaefer goes for the tip, and he scores.
What a tip by Quentin Schaefer in front of the net. We talked about it's been, what, 3 goals? 3 of the last couple goals have all been deflections. It's been insane what these players have been able to do with this net front presence. And now Green takes back the lead.
It's interesting. Every game in this league, you can expect something different.
One's fighting, one's the Sidney Crosby hand deflection, one is running up the score, one has players with numbers that are all jammed. You get something different every game.
As I say, they surprised us with 2 of the same numbers.
Coincidentally, this time we know the difference. That's the big key.
I think next time they're going to really trick us and just not use numbers.
The
at
first
all.
season of GOAT, we did not have numbers for the first couple games. It was very hard to do.
Flashbacks to our Plum football calls.
Oh, yes.
Green's going to have it cycling through. Cam Davis throws it ahead. 1-on-1. Shot's going to be saved in the glove.
Good feed. Davis had Rosensteel wide open. Feed up, shot. Easy square to save there from Carson Fry. As we just had about 10.5 to go. 1 goal game. Something we've seen a lot today.
All once.
Well, in this game. I meant the other games. We've seen a lot of 1 goals. I don't think it's the last time we're going to see 1 goal game throughout the rest of tonight.
Hopefully.
Besides 1-0 for the smart Alexes out there.
If I ever miss a week, I'll be in the comment section just to troll like that.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
Hertzberg cuts it through. Right ahead. Black with title love. He's going to hand it off to Sawicki. Ends up behind the net. And tipped it off the wall. Cuts it ahead. Sawicki's going to be waiting there. He's going to take it on the zone. Evan Mitchell can't corral it as it goes back to Hertzberg for Green. Crossing ahead. His shot's going to be off the leg. Almost tipped back up behind the net, but it stays in the back as Green's going to reset in their own zone. 9:22 to go.
Yeah, and we get an ad break, I guess. A little different.
They're on YouTube down there.
Well, that's, I think, how they're playing their music.
Out in front. Takes a whack at it, but the shot's going to go off the face of Fries. Black's going to take it all the way ahead. Sawicki. Back to the point. Right ahead, back to him. Couple of shot attempts don't go. Green's going to take it back, and Schaefer's got a breakaway. His shot's going to be saved by Fry. Maybe deflections are the only way to score now.
It seems like it. Both goalies can't be beat otherwise.
The last 2 minutes. Oh, never mind. Nick Sawicki takes advantage of an announcer's jinx right there with a beautiful shot.
Hat-trick goal as well there for Nick Sawicki.
Draws it at 7.
6 goals now in the season. He's already doubled his goal total just out of today. Really good game out of Nick Sawicki to tie this game up.
It's an 8 minute and 15 second game. As Black goes out in front, can't keep his skates under him in order to get a good shot off there. Gets back behind him to retain possession with Morehouse. Morehouse cycles, or his shot's gonna be saved.
Really seems like he's snake bitten. He's tried a couple of good chances, but Morehouse seemingly can't get his first of the season.
Hey, when you try to force it, sometimes it falls apart.
Do less, do more.
Lewandowski throws it back to Morehouse. Back to Lewandowski. He's going to wait for a bit of a change and enter the zone. They went in front, but they all forget about the other guy. Luckily, his shot's not going to connect too far. Back to Jarman. Tries to tip it, can't succeed at that. And cycling around before getting stolen by Schaefer. Makes the man miss him as he launches it forward. Tried to make another big pass to Simcoe, but that time picked off by Black. Jarman's going to lose it but fight it. His physical presence is standing out around some of those green counterparts.
Yeah, he has big frame to work with there, 6'5". Definitely use to your advantage.
Shot's going to bounce around like it's a bubble hockey game before landing behind the net.
Yeah, shake the board a little bit to get it free because your player can't get it.
Over to Goldfein. His quick shot's not going to go. And now Simcoe's going to have a chance to take it forward. Battling the men behind him and all around him as he tries to leave it back. Picked off. Goldfein, one-on-one for the time being. Is shot back to Tyler Love with nothing coming from it. And Cam Davis enters his zone on the other side. He'll spin through it. Up ahead, tipped, and wrong direction that time. Jarman's gonna throw it up, and there's a one-on-one attempt. He's gonna fall down, almost Ovechkin'd it, but ends up just knocking the net off of the boards.
Just a little too in front of it, I think, from the give there for Mitchell. And just couldn't get his footing, couldn't control the puck, and goes right into the net. Luckily, he looks to be okay. Ferris looks to be okay. Here with under 6.
I was hoping we'd have the Ovi goal just right there.
I was thinking it, but then you saw him go down, and the puck kind of just go free, and you're like, oh, just don't do anything to your knee.
Anyone in the GOAT League who does a Kucherov while I'm calling, if you're listening to this Hindsight 2020, I will scream so loud, you might think I'm the goal horn.
Yeah, definitely don't pierce the headphones. I don't want to buy new ones.
I probably got a few laying around as apology.
Sigh.
Green. Cycling through around it. Gives it up, and there's the quick shot up the side. Sorry, off the blocker hand. We'll cross 5 minutes to go. Still tied it up at 7.
I don't want to say the O word just yet, but it would be the first of the season if we get to that point.
I said the O word last game, and I think that jinxed it. I wasn't even the announcer.
Yeah, I'm not saying the word. I'm just saying it begins with an O. That's all I'm going to say.
What words start with an O?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tie game and it begins with an O.
Oh, Oscar Sundquist. He's going to appear.
I'd love to see an old Penguins legend come on back. Oscar Lindblom, Flyers legend.
Oscar the Grouch, noted Sesame Street legend.
Yeah, see, it could be anything.
I mean, they're wearing green.
Could be.
Another really high pass attempt there. But Green's just getting it knocked out right where they started. But they still get their rush. Rosensteel loses it, but tries to fight for it back. Black has it now as they throw it forward. No possession, but Morehouse is going to have it at the end. Circles around. Keep it behind the net, but this time they go out in front. But it's going to be caught by a green man in Saginaw. Another name we haven't called too much in the goal scoring this year.
And only one goal this year, as I mentioned earlier, between him and Morehouse. A combined one goal, and it was him.
That time he throws it over the net. Black regains it with Morehouse. And he loses it. Empties it. We're going to see if they call an icing, and they will. 3:25 to go. So by the time they get this next faceoff off, we'll be entering frozen clock time.
Yeah, with 3 minutes to go, the clock stops. And a little bit more time for these guys to either A, come back into a game, or B, take a lead in a game. They've seen both happen across the last couple of weeks.
Faced off before the 3-minute mark saves us from hearing the worst song ever made any longer.
I don't know, what do you have against Imagine Dragons?
It's not Imagine Dragons, it's just that particular song.
Understandable.
And breakaway for Green. They've got a 2-on-1 opportunity. Tries to leave it up for a light shot, but Black's going to end up getting the rebound. Morehouse has a man, but he's going to keep it for himself. Saved in the 5-hole, and that will, in theory, freeze the clock.
They're gonna let it run. That's not what I expected here.
Yeah,
I'm surprised no one from either team or the referees have said to stop the clock. But I know our own Andrew Keel, obviously, he's running he did stop it for a moment. So I guess they're just going to play through.
somebody's got a dinner reservation.
Maybe. I think we're still on time. We're on schedule here.
Blacks. Zone. Schaefer's going to cut it forward. Simcoe battling. He's probably got the best open ice stick work. Most stands out when he's fighting some guys. That pass in front's going to be tipped off and behind the net. And Black's got a chance at another rush. Minute 50 to go. Cycles it through and just loses it before he can make a play. Tipped out in front. Ferris is going to knock that one away. Rebound by Cam Davis. Davis' pass across to Hertzberg. Nothing coming of it.
Oh, what a look.
Lewandowski leaves it up for Love. Love's shot's going to bounce off the side. He'll keep it cycling through before it gets blocked by Simcoe. 3-on-2. He's going to pass across the net. Quick shot. Saved. And that time the clock will freeze.
Yeah, deservedly so. You know, with 70 seconds left, I'd not be a happy camper if that clock continued to run.
And it
Oh,
restarted.
now, okay.
Oh, it stopped again. Oh, it started again.
Oh, now, that's really good. They're really trying to,
They're listening. They want these announcers jinx.
they really do. But
No matter what we say,
Yeah.
they're going to do the opposite.
okay, 67 seconds. We're going to stop there, 67 seconds. Someone to hopefully score a goal. If not, the O word comes into play again.
Oh, the Ottawa Senators. They're coming.
Oshawa Generals.
That's actually more believable, but quick shot at 10 bounces around. We crossed a minute left in regulation. Will that count as a jinx when they score right here?
No, it
Luckily
does
they,
not.
luckily they didn't. Clock's still running now, so
I don't know why they're letting it run. If anything,
they want that O-word ratings.
yeah, they really do want the O word.
Oh, there now it freezes.
Almost perfectly on our screen. They have 34-3. We had 34-6. And they're going to stop for a little bit here and now continue.
Quick shot blocked away. That's going to not go over the net like I thought it was going to. Cutting it around is Green. Back to the point for Cermak. Shot in front. Nothing happens. 15 seconds to work with. Cermak back at the point. Throws it across to the face-off circle. And all the way across the ice where Black rebounds it. Tries to save it. And it's going to backfire. It's going to be a 2-on-0 attempt with 4 seconds to go. He's going to score. Tyler Love gets that breakaway shot and likely puts the dagger on with 4 seconds left in the game.
I can't believe it. I saw the breakaway spring free. Good work by Jarman to just let it go. And then Tyler Love, fresh off a trade, ends up getting the game-winning goal.
Note to self, don't even imply anything because it shall remain a jinx. 1 second left. That ends this game. Black beats Green 8-7 in a game that ended up being just as close as the one we thought it wouldn't be anywhere near as close as.
And for the first time in GOAT history, Green has lost a regular season game.
That's an insane stat when you think about it.
It really is, and Black finally gets their first win as well. Something they've really clawed their way for. And you got to give Zach Ferris all the credit in the world for Green, but one-goal games, they're the one that hurts the most.
We got one more game for you tonight. So we'll see you right here, back here in about 10 minutes or so.
Welcome back to the final game of the night. It is Team Red taking on Team Teal. Red 1-1, Teal 0-2. The only team with a 0 still in their record after tonight.
Yeah, Teal, they drafted their roster to have some of the highest, actually probably the two highest most highest talented people in the league. But the issue was they drafted a team that doesn't always show up
Yes.
in a literal sense, not in a inconsistency sense.
Yes.
But we can guarantee between these two teams at least 3.5 goals in this game.
Mooney and Cooley not here currently. Could show up late, but currently not here. Goalie matchup, if we look to our right, which our camera person cannot hear us, so won't pan that way, we will see Carson Fry. It's been a while since we've seen that man in the crease. But to our left, it will be Kyle McLaughlin manning the crease for Teal once again.
It's funny because on our roster page, Carson Fry is printed for Teal and then scratched off and written over for Red.
Yes, Fry is a member of Team Teal, but is not playing for them. Both Fry and McLaughlin are on Teal.
Collusion.
Yes.
if Teal wins, I'm calling foul.
Teal looking to hopefully erase the final 0 from any record in this game. Red looking to improve to 2-1 with Christian Humphreys drafted in the 7th round just a week ago. Congratulations to Christian Humphreys. He will be wearing number 12 right in front of us, actually, right in the left wing spot to the Colorado Avalanche, so congrats to him. And also on Red, a trade happening 2 days ago, I believe. Luke Malbouf and Will O'Brien joining from the black team. They will be wearing red today, wearing 2 and 3. We will see the impact that they make on their new team. As we get ready for puck drop. No pegs were put in the net, so the goalies had to do them themselves. As now Fry dragging some pucks out of the net either. They still try and shoot that one down towards center. Still getting ready to start. Finally a whistle. The other puck on the other side of the ice. Not picked up yet. Puck is dropped. Hopefully we don't get confused eventually. Teal's going to hold it in their own zone. Boyson will carry into the offensive zone. Dangling around 2. Loses it though. Hand pass potential, but picked up by McKenzie. McKenzie will pass it down. Boyson across. Great defensive play in front by Trevino. Picked up by Whitehead. Sent up front. Shot just goes wide. Schaeff will pass this one up to Christian Humphreys.
Two amazing opportunities there.
Humphreys across. Can't get there. Was the other, J.C. Humphreys. Red tries to clear that one back in. Teal will push up. Boyson with it, sends it across. Fanning on the shot in front. Into the slot shot, blocked and goes wide. Trevino will pick it up behind the net. Loses it. Fry with a stick, sent in front. Rebound, tripping on the puck and sent over the net by Whitehead. McKenzie behind the net. Falling on top of the puck was a Teal player and cleared out by Red and picked up by Humphreys wearing his new Avalanche gear. Humphreys dangles around 1, across. Shot goes wide. Humphreys will send it back up, try and send it across, but intercepted by Teal. George will send this one up. All the way to McKenzie. McKenzie moving in. McKenzie waits into the slot, leaves it for Whitehead. Whitehead's shot just goes wide. George will try and send this around, but intercepted. All the way up to Red. Here's Weber. Weber in, shot save there by McLaughlin. Malbouf picking it up, his first shift in Red. He'll send it to O'Brien, his former black teammate. O'Brien back to the point. Weber tries to get a deflection off the wrong stick, though. As here comes Teal. George moving in. George will try and leave it for Blair, but unable to connect. Red holding. Sends it across to O'Brien. O'Brien in the corner. Has 2 Teal on him. He's going to send it up to the top of the circle. Malbouf across. Down. Into the corner. Dancing with it. and covered.
So far, Teal looking like the better oiled machine besides that one missed pass. But Red just clearly has the more complete team with Teal missing 2 of their stars.
Teal definitely looking to get out quickly so the lack of those 2 stars doesn't impact them too much. Let's go back to the point. Mahoney will lose it, and here comes Teal. It's Cyprin. Cyprin at a bad angle shot. Goes way wide. Be picked up by Blair, though, who's going to lose it. Kept in just barely at the line was Ramirez. He'll send it across to Pendo. Pendo's shot tipped wide. It's going to be picked up by Weber, spelled differently than the other Weber. Moving in across. Intercepted pass, though, by Pendo. Pendo, with a lot of bodies around him, will eventually lose it. Sent into the slot, but intercepted there by Ramirez. Ramirez turns it over to Pendo. Pendo holding. Will circle back into his own zone as both teams go for a change. Pendo with Trevino all over him will eventually leave it for Ramirez. Ramirez going to try and flip it up and intercepted by Christian Humphreys. Humphreys just barely onside. Drops it. Deflection. I think Humphreys thought he was offsides and stopped playing. Was onside. Shot there. Gets tipped. And now here comes Teal. Fry coming out to play it. He will beat Teal to it. Turnover, though. In front. Tries to go 5-hole. Great save there by Fry. Humphreys will hold it. He'll pass it back to his brother JC. Humphreys moving in. Tries to go for the pass just off the stick of Weber. Humphreys will pick it up. Send it back to Christian Humphreys, who will lose it to Trevino. Trevino backs up into his own zone. Turnover, 3-on-0 for Red. Coming in, pass across, and it will go in. JC Humphreys will get the first goal of the game.
3-on-0, I thought they blew it at first, but it was just some tricky move to get it right back behind the left leg of McLaughlin.
Red will win the draw. Sent back to Malbouf. Malbouf's going to hold. No pressure from Teal, so he'll keep holding. He'll finally pass this one up to Weber. He gets the pass back. Malbouf drops it to Humphreys. Humphreys back to Weber, who will send it in the slot and lose it. Foot race here, won by Ramirez. Ramirez moving in, pass across. Great block there by Malbouf. Shot in front to Whitehead, and he's not going to miss that one. Braxton Whitehead will score his first GOAT 4v4 goal.
Right place, right time. Quick one-timer.
The first overall pick of the GOAT draft, Braxton Whitehead, gets on the board finally in Game 3 and ties this game at 1 with 7:12 to go. As we wait for the net to be refixed, I'm guessing, as we finally get a draw here. Humphreys with a nice face-off play. In stride already and poked away there by McLaughlin. Humphreys will pick it up. Loses it. Moving forward. Pendo. Pendo in. Dangles and buries it. What a goal by Caden Pendo, tucking it behind Fry. And with so much speed, it got lodged underneath the net.
I blinked and I missed that entire thing.
Pendo streaked down the far boards, able to just tuck it behind as Fry was hugging the left post, basically straddling it, but just able to get a nice rebound off the back.
Only one more goal in our guarantee stands.
Boyson in shot, rebound in front, save made, and another great save, Fry. And give a nice little assist there to, I believe that will be Weber, Brandon Weber, who picked that out from behind him and put it back under him.
Yep, puck was just wide open in the blue paint, and it was a stick race won by Red.
Weber just barely able to poke it back. George with it. George poked just off the stick by O'Brien. O'Brien's going to flip it up to Humphreys. Humphreys moving in. Waits and shoots it over the net. George going to pass that one up to Pendo just off the stick. Holding it against the boards is Malbouf. has 2 members of Teal on him. Weber tries to move it forward. Teal going to steal. Ramirez on a 2-on-0. Ramirez across Pendo, back to Ramirez. And it's in the net, I believe. Yes, it is going to count. I believe that's Caden Pendo with his 2nd straight goal.
Makes it 3-1, which means 4 goals over 3.5. And Teal, they're taking advantage early.
That's what I said they needed to do. They need to get early before the legs started getting tired. Blair on the face-off afterwards. Winning it, George pushes through into the offensive zone. Teal in full power right now. Back to Pendo. Pendo across. Blair. Back to Pendo. Pendo gets around O'Brien. Pendo holding across. Cyprin. Cyprin into the slot. Shot tipped in front. Fry still able to make the save. Trevino pushes that one up, and now a 2-on-1 developing for Red. Pendo going to make this a 2-on-2, though. Back shot. Rebound. Great stick save there by McLaughlin. Able to just reach out and cover that one. Moving up now, Cyprin will dump this one in. Fry stops it behind the net. O'Brien will be the first one to it. Bryan sends it around to J.C. Humphreys. Humphreys will move it up. Picked up here by Mahoney. Mahoney holds, waits, save there by McLaughlin. Teal moving in. Kuzma shot just goes wide. Cyprin with it, sends it back to Blair. Blair's shot gets blocked in front by Mahoney. That one definitely hurt. Blair in his own zone. Around 1, takes it to himself for 2. Moving into the offensive zone. Sends it all the way across in the far corner. Can't get to the stick of Kuzma, and it's going to be turned over. Schaaf carrying. He'll pass this one up. Trevino tries to get it across. It'll be intercepted by Ramirez. And now Ramirez moving in. Drop pass. Back to Ramirez, and he's going to bury it. Great passing play there. And Dane Ramirez with his 2nd goal of the season.
Thought McLaughlin was going to get there at first, but the angle was just too difficult. A little bit of elevation on that shot, nothing he could do.
After a strong start from Red scoring the 1st goal, it's been all Teal, 4 unanswered as they make it 4-1. And now turned back over. Here is Ramirez again. Ramirez's shot pass gets deflected wide. Ramirez going to send it back under to McKenzie. McKenzie sends it all the way across. Kuzma into the corner for Humphreys. Humphreys will pick it up. Has Trevino. My mistake. Schaaf holds. Tries to go for the pass. Will eventually make its way to Schaaf. Just out of reach of Weber. Weber back to Humphreys. Can't find his stick, and now here comes Teal on a 2-on-1. Kuzma with it. He has McKenzie. Kuzma waits. Backhand shot just goes high. Turned over again by Red. Down to Kuzma. Kuzma in. Dangles. Shot. Save. Rebound shot there. Great save by Fry on Boyson. Humphreys leaves it for Weber. Weber back to Humphreys. Humphreys' shot just goes wide. Picked up here by McKenzie. McKenzie leaves this one for Kuzma. Kuzma's going to dump it in. Whitehead on the chase. He'll be the first one to it. Tries to leave it in front for McKenzie, but just tipped wide and covered by Fry. 11:18 to go in the first half. Just over 10 minutes gone. Teal with a commanding 4-1 lead. Commanding is a stretch.
Commanding is the announcer's jinx waiting to happen.
Whitehead in, almost had Fry going the wrong way.
You can tell Fry is psyched out by a couple of those past moves with the amount of movement he was given to him.
Humphreys in. Pendo forces him to lose the puck. He will be the first one to pick up the loose one, though. Humphreys tries to dump it in, turned over. Pendo tries to hit George, will eventually make its way to George, over to McKenzie. McKenzie waits into the slot in front for Pendo, back to McKenzie. And Quinn McKenzie with his first GOAT 4v4 goal, the 2nd overall pick in the draft.
Now, 5-1 we might be able to call commanding.
5-1 now is the score.
I'm telling you, there's some collusion going on.
Fry also just played a game, so give him a little bit of a break. George sends this one over to Pendo.
It's actually
Whitehead.
worse if your team's only win comes with you in goal.
Red will take advantage. Humphreys. Humphreys leaves that one to Weber. Weber's shot. Great save there by McLaughlin. Falling down in the corner. George going to try and clear it. Won't be able to. Weber in front tried to hit Mahoney. And here comes Whitehead. He's got space. He's got a breakaway. Whitehead. Save made by Fry. Weber is going to pick this one up. Send it up to Mahoney. Mahoney in, waits, fires. Blocker save there. Mahoney will push it back to Weber. Across to Humphreys. Humphreys' shot gets tipped wide. George will pick up the puck. Flips that one up to Blair. Blair across, just off the wrong part of the skate. And now here comes Red. Mahoney gets around one across. O'Brien's shot just goes high and wide. Into the corner. Kuzma will hold. He'll move it up. Past the center logo. Kuzma moving in with speed. Tries to flick it one-handed. Just goes wide. Cyprin down to Kuzma. Kuzma in front. Blair can't get there.
Another ad break.
Flipped up, and here is Humphreys all alone. Save made by McLaughlin. Another great save. In front, though, save again made by McLaughlin. Standing on his head right there. Sent in, tipped wide. Humphreys picking it up. Going to send it across. Shot, save made McLaughlin. As they're able to get out of the zone with so many great saves there by McLaughlin. Kuzma moving in, shot there, save made by Fry. Boyson holds at the line. Moving into the slot, and this is a bad break for Teals. Here comes Red. Breakaway for Humphreys, has one on him. 3-on-1 now. Across one more time, waits, and he will score. Christian Humphreys outweighting McLaughlin and will score short side.
Wasn't hugging the post enough, seeing those two other guys standing out further away, and just tops it right behind his shoulder.
We hit 7:45 to go in the first half. Cutting the lead 5-2 is Red. McKenzie will send this one up to Blair. Blair sends it all the way across to Pendo. Pendo in front, just tipped wide. McKenzie back to the point to Blair. Blair winds up, fires. Pendo in front. Unable to make it there. McKenzie holding, waiting. Tried to get the tip from Blair, just goes wide. Weber holding, tries to dump it out. He will hold. Weber still managing to hold the puck. Back to Trevino. Trevino tries to hit the man in front, Mahoney, but unable to get there. Malbouf now picking it up in his own zone as that one makes it all the way back. And here comes Red. Here's Mahoney. Mahoney's shot into the netting, and we will get a stoppage of play. Offensive zone face-off for Red. This is what they want to get back into this game. Sent back to Whitehead. Whitehead will dump it to McKenzie just past his skate, and that will be an icing. 6:22 to go in the first half, but that's obviously changed now as it's now 6:16 seconds.
Yeah, you started with a 3 with a lot of these stoppages and the clock running. It probably is closer to 3 in actual time.
Whitehead will send it back to Pendo. Pendo waits, sends it back to Whitehead. 2-on-2 developing. Whitehead shot and he scores. Tricks Fry with a knuckle puck. And Braxton Whitehead makes it 6-2 Teal.
Beautifully placed under the arm of Fry, and he's frustrated after that one. He just threw that puck forward.
Looked like a knuckle puck from here because it definitely tricked him on the velocity. Humphreys going to try and take it into his own account to bring the team back into this game as he's going to carry. He will lose it eventually. O'Brien picks it up in the corner. Tries to send it to Malbouf, turned over to Pendo though. Pendo will send it around, can't get it to Whitehead. Definitely out of the zone, but not called. Humphreys' pass is intercepted.
I was going to say, how did they get away with that one?
O'Brien will send it back to Christian Humphreys, who will send it to JC in front. Save there by McLaughlin. Send out to McKenzie. McKenzie in front. Shot save made there. Picked up by Whitehead. Whitehead will send it in front. Tried to go back behind him on the pass there was Boyson. And now Red on a 2-on-0. McKenzie gets back. Shot goes wide there from Humphreys. Whitehead going to pass this one up to Boyson. 4-on-2. Boyson in front to McKenzie. McKenzie's shot saved there by Fry. Rebound is loose and sent out. Here comes Red. It's Schaaf. Schaaf in on a break. Shot saved there by McLaughlin as he will cover that one.
We came into this game talking both teams were going to have 10-plus goals. But so far, Red, they're on pace for about 6 total.
Yeah.
That's being a bit generous with the math.
Not looking good there, but here comes Teal moving in. Pass all the way across to Kuzma. Kuzma just gets it spoke off his stick. Here comes Red again. Weber holding. Fires save made there by McLaughlin. Teal will try and clear it out. Just barely kept in, I believe, from Mahoney. Might have been close. Tipped off the post. Could have squeaked in there from Weber. Here comes Ramirez. Ramirez moving in, drops it back to Cyprin. Cyprin gets around 1, around 2. Glove save there by Fry. Looked like it could have been loose for a second, but a great glove save there by Carson Fry.
For Red, you're kind of seeing some frustration get in between the plays now.
They do look starting to get frustrated for sure. Moving in is Mahoney. Mahoney will send that one across. Definitely offside. Not called once again on net, though. George with a great block pass there as here comes Teal. Kuzma. Passes that one up to Cyprin. Cyprin moving in, and an easy one there as he tucks that one behind Fry to make it 7-2 Teal.
I don't even think that was an easy one. I think that was just a beautiful play. Knocked him on his back, threw it to his backhand, and then placed it right where he needed to.
Great move to get him out of position, and then it was easy. Once he got him out of position, he wasn't missing that one. One there by Humphreys. He'll send it back to Malbouf. Malbouf holding. Sends it up. Mahoney. Over to Weber. Weber back to Mahoney. Great stick there by Ramirez. Ramirez will send this one up. In comes Kuzma. Kuzma holding. Fires. Save made by Fry. And Red going to try and flip it back the other way. Mahoney. Tries to go Malbouf. Just past him. As everyone had to stop at the line. Ramirez will pick it up in his own zone. Send this one all the way up to Cyprin once again. Another break and a great poke check there by Fry. Didn't want to get beat the same way twice. Just out of reach of Humphreys once again. As Pendo will pick it up behind his own net. He'll flip this one up to Boyson. Boyson moving in, waits, fires, save made Fry, and he will cover with 1:28 to go. Red's going to win the draw. Couple 10s in the faceoff dot. McKenzie at the blue line. Will send it back to Boyson. Boyson in, back to McKenzie. McKenzie tries to flip it to Pendo. Just out of reach. Red looking for a break here. They'll get it. It's Humphreys, but can't corral. As McLaughlin will send this one right to a Red stick. That shot by Humphreys goes wide. Moving back is O'Brien. O'Brien will send this one over to Humphreys. Humphreys moving in, intercepted pass, but will go back to J.C. Humphreys. But McKenzie able to get that one free, and here come Teal once again. It's Cyprin. Teal moving in, lots of passes there, unable to keep up with my voice, that's for sure. So quick. Over to Pendo. Pendo's shot saved there by Fry, as that will probably be the last. No, looks like they're going to drop it one more time with 15 seconds to go.
Over under half of a goal after they drop this.
Oh, I'm saying under.
Yeah, same.
Boyson will win the draw.
Oh, they
Back
froze
across, Pendo.
froze the clock for a little bit there.
Unable to get there. Ramirez will not try and take a shot, as we will hit the end of the first half. Teal 7, Red 2. We will be back in about 2 minutes.
Wait, did you see the end of Heatwave?
Second half of play here as we get ready. It is Teal, it is Red, 7-2 the current score. As we get ready for the second half of play, what does Red need to do to change this momentum swing that happened?
Well, if you look through that first half, we didn't call many names other than Humphreys. So they need that depth in that lineup, which we thought would be in their advantage to start stepping up. Because Teal, they don't have their star players, but everyone's connecting perfectly besides for maybe one lost pass.
It is the help of having the first 2 picks in the draft, and here comes McKenzie. He'll drop this one off. Shot there, save made. The two first picks in the draft for Teal have 3 of their goals tonight. And here comes Red, and there is Christian Humphreys. Just as we say, we've only said his name. He makes it 7-3 with his second of the game.
Say his name and he appears.
Oh. Red cuts the lead down to 4, exactly what they needed at the time. McKenzie will pick up the puck off the draw. He'll send it back to Blair. Blair will try and send it in, intercepted by Humphreys. Humphreys moving in, poked off the stick. He'll pass it across to J.C. Humphreys, and they will score. J.C. Humphreys from Christian Humphreys. It's 7-4.
Maybe I was wrong. Or I'm just the chronic announcer's jinxer, because this is becoming concerning.
4 Humphrey goals, 2 for JC, 2 for Christian. So that is true. Only Humphreys has scored a goal for Red so far. Moving in is Whitehead. Whitehead will put on the brakes, turn back to George. George across, and that one's going to go in from Ricky Boyson, and it's 8-4 Teal.
Is that 3 goals now in 2 minutes once
3?
again?
Yes.
Just like the start of the last game we saw. But in that one, then we saw a bit of a break in the scoring. We'll see if that happens in this second half. I didn't think a 2-minute intermission would make a lot of a difference, but
it does sometimes. Passing it up to Humphreys. Humphreys will try and move into the zone. Puts on the brake, sends it over to JC in front. Just goes wide. Ramirez will send this one over to George. Just gets poked off his stick, and here comes Malbouf. Malbouf behind the net. Still has it. Boyson on him. Malbouf sends it across. Tries to send it up the slot. No one there. Foot race here. George on his horse. George has Whitehead. Will get it to him. Moves in. Just goes through the crease, I believe. George across. Intercepted.
I believe that backhand ended up hitting the post. Or maybe it might have been the back of the stick.
If that's true, incredible save. As here comes Red. Tries to hit Humphreys. Just out of his reach. Multiple Teal bodies on him. George the only one on the slot. Shot there, and he scores. Will O'Brien will score to cut the lead down to 8-5 now.
Well, we found a third one.
A third goal scorer for Red.
In his first game on the team as well after that trade.
Yeah. First game after the trade, able to get his first goal, and his third of the season. Scored 2 for Black earlier. Red looking like they gained a lot of momentum. Had to dodge around the ref. There was a defender. Shot there. Save made McLaughlin and covered. Unfortunate bounce there. Ramirez had to jump around the referee and had to go the wrong way, basically rendering him out of the play. Face off there. Great play by Ramirez. Just too far, and Trevino will be the first one to it. Trevino flips this one up. Into the slot back to him, and a great glove save there by McLaughlin on Trevino. Cyprin in the draw for Teal. He will win this one to Whitehead. Whitehead will pass this one across. Kuzma carries. Try and send it up. Great block there by Mahoney. Now a 2-on-0 for Red. Across, and he scores! That is going to be, I believe, Brandon Weber. Weber will score his third of the season.
Perfect execution of a 2-on-0. You just split the dominoes a bit, pass across, and there's nothing that McLaughlin could really do there.
8-6 now. 2-goal lead is all that Teal has left. They came into this period with a 5-goal lead. That has diminished to a 2-goal lead now.
It's because we called it commanding, isn't it?
Oh, I think so.
More of a commander's lead because
Oh.
it wasn't that good. Hey.
In is McLaughlin's save as Red has turned on the pressure for sure. They've got 4 goals? Yeah, 4 goals in the first 5 minutes of this game. At this pace, we may see over 20.5 goals.
If it is, I'm blaming myself because I said under.
Kuzma will carry. He'll leave it off for Blair. Blair back to Kuzma, just out of reach. Kuzma will lose it, though, and here's Weber. He'll send that one across to Humphreys. Humphreys goes all the way across to his brother Humphreys. 2 people on him. He'll go back to J.C. Humphreys. He'll send it back to Christian Humphreys. Back to Humphreys. Intercepted and turned over. As here comes Teal. He's going to pass this one up to McKenzie. McKenzie has Pendo with him. Decides to shoot off the post. Cyprin back to McKenzie. McKenzie holds. Back to Cyprin. Off angle shot. Save there by Fry. Blair behind the net. Holding. All the way up to the FedEx logo. Poked away by Weber. Stick flies out of his hand. No call. As here comes Cyprin moving in. Cyprin pushing through around 1, around 2, and Fry able to cover that one under the leg. Boyson on the draw for Teal. O'Brien will carry. He has Humphreys all the way up there. McKenzie tried to put on a little pressure, decides to back off and go toward the defense. Over to J.C. Humphreys. Shot, glove, save there by McLaughlin to keep this a 2-goal game.
Glove saving that beauty. That's more like McLaughlin we saw in that first half coming back.
Yeah, McLaughlin was an MVP in that first half for sure. Second half hasn't looked so good. That glove save may have just woken him back up.
Flip kind of switched because Fries looked very good this second half. Third game, that 2-minute break was needed.
This one's going to be sent up to McKenzie just out of reach and will be picked up by Malbouf, though. McKenzie draped all over him, but Malbouf will get away. Going to send it across to Humphreys. Humphreys fans on the shot. It's going to be picked up and sent it to McKenzie. Quinn McKenzie moving in. 2-on-1. Humphreys behind him. Shot glove save there by Fry. And another break. 15 to go in the second half.
The reaction on the bench, I thought somebody scored there.
Boyson has been taking a lot of draws here for Teal as of late. Loses this one. Tried to get it was Blair. It's going to be sent all the way up. Schaaf moving in. Shot. Save there by McLaughlin. McKenzie puts on the brakes. He's going to hold it behind the net. Has no Teal help for him at all. Eventually will get some from Cyprin. Cyprin up to George. George tries to send it up to Boyson, but a good stick lift, and he's unable to collect. Fry going to hold it, send it across to Trevino. He will miss the puck. George will send it back to Boyson. Boyson holds. Still holds around two bodies and up into the netting. 14 to go in the second half. After that first half, you wouldn't think this game would be so close at this point of the second.
Yeah, it was a very quick rush from Red coming back into the second half. And it started out with just the Humphreys, but now they took our advice. They got a couple goals from a couple other guys.
Here comes Red looking to build off the momentum they built in the start of the period. Moving in, shot, save there, McLaughlin, and it will trickle in. I believe that will be Weber. I don't think any other Red player touched that on its way in, so I believe that will be Brandon Weber, his second of the game.
And it's a one-goal game after all that.
Red trying to pull off a big comeback. As they try and do so, Weber moving in. Holding across, shot just goes wide. Chases Mahoney. He will go all the way down behind his own net. Chased by Kuzma of Teal. He'll send it up. O'Brien carries. Up to Weber. Weber in front. Save made by McLaughlin. Here comes Ramirez. Ramirez moving in. He'll get it poked away. He'll be the first one back to it, though. A lot of bodies around him. That one will get poked free, and here comes Red. Schaaf will put on the brakes and send it over to Humphreys. He puts on the brakes now. Whitehead all over him. Humphreys in. Save there. Looked like it could have squeaked by, but didn't. Here comes Teal again. It's Kuzma. Kuzma has Pendo with him. Kuzma waits behind the net in front of Pendo. And he scores. 9-7 in favor of Teal now. Hat trick for Caden Pendo.
Now, this comment doesn't make quite as much sense coming after a Teal goal. But I was thinking about it during that time. It seems like this game is a series of no pressure kind of helping out. Because when you came in with Teal, no wins, you had nothing to lose. Second half, you're down by 5. Red had nothing to lose.
And they score off the face-off. Ben Kuzma comes in, snipes top corner, and it's 10-7.
And after that comeback, Teal had nothing to lose. Just like that, all the pressure's back on Red.
And here comes Humphreys. They're going to push in. Sends it across to J.C. Humphreys. Almost could have tucked that one in. McLaughlin still in the net, not able to get up, and a Michigan, and he scores! The Michigan goal for Christian Humphreys, the first of the GOAT 4v4 league.
McLaughlin committed to a bit of a spinneroonie there. The opportunity was there. Why not take it?
Christian Humphreys will be the first person to score a Michigan goal in GOAT 4v4 history to make this 10-8.
Is that more impressive than the game we called last year? What did JT Moody do?
The Michigan in front of the net.
Yeah.
Sent across, back across once more. Stretching, and it will go in. And that one will be Matt Weber. And it is 10-9? 10-9.
Maybe that was a good line after all.
Oh, it's getting intense here. 19 goals, and we still have 10 minutes to play.
You know, they say basketball is a game of runs, and this league is named after Michael Jordan. So maybe in a way that kind of fits in.
One back to Malbouf. Malbouf will send it up to Humphreys. Humphreys moving in. Dangles, shot, save McLaughlin, and covered. As we hit under 10 minutes to go. This game is tighter than we expected for sure. And scoring has picked up a lot on both sides in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, at every point until about 10 minutes ago, we thought it was going to be a bit of a blowout. Maybe on the other side coming into this game.
Malbouf's going to send this one up to Humphreys. Humphreys has a 2-on-1. Pendo with a great defensive play and a great poke check by McLaughlin. Cyprin will hold. He will send it up. Pendo just out of reach of Kuzma. He will have it now. Sends it over to Cyprin. Cyprin moving in. Sends it through to Kuzma. Kuzma just goes high and wide. George on the chase. Kuzma will pick it up though. In front to George, just out of reach. Try to send it back in front. Red got a little bit cherry pick behind. Cyprin, or Blair, sorry, shot, save made off the post. George will send it back in. Red picks it up to Trevino. Trevino, George chasing him. Humphreys up to Trevino. Trevino shot, save made McLaughlin. And a great one there as they needed that. We hit almost 8 minutes to go left in the second half. Great play by Blair as he will move it up. Blair holding, sends it across. Boyson tries to dangle around Trevino. Unable to get across, but he will pick up the puck. As now Red intercepts that one. George on the defense. Great play there. Almost getting around both members of Teal. George with a head of speed now, gets the puck stuck on his own toe. Otherwise, he's getting a nice through the legs dangle there. Moving in is Red. Red's shot just goes high and over the net. O'Brien will send that one back to Trevino. Trevino holds, sends it in on net to McLaughlin. McLaughlin will pass. Great chance there. Knuckles on him, though. Can't make its way all the way to McKenzie. Ramirez on the defense. Sends it into the corner. Was Humphreys. Ramirez flips this one up. It's picked up by Boyson. Boyson sent in. Sent around now. Has Whitehead, but chooses to go to Ramirez. Ramirez gets the puck stripped. As here comes Red. Mahoney. Over to Schaaf. Schaaf moving in. Can't get around him. McKenzie flips this one up. It's Pendo. Pendo coming in. Has Weber on his side, and he scores! Bar down for Caden Pendo. He gets his fourth of the game, and it's 11-9 Teal.
Absolutely a beautiful snipe there. If we're talking about just pure shots, that might be the best we've seen today.
We have 6 minutes to go. 11-9 the score.
Do we think they're going to score one more half goal?
Red picks it up. Humphreys. He'll send it across. Schaaf. Back to Humphreys. J.C. Humphreys. J.C. will dangle down. Gets poked away there by Ramirez. Good play, but turns it right back over and sent over to Christian, but just out of reach. Christian Humphreys dangles on the goal line. Shot save made. Goes for the Michigan again. Just falls off his stick. Sent to the middle. J.C. Humphreys will keep it just barely on the toe of his stick as he's going to move in. Back across. Shot. Save made by McLaughlin. What a save getting across.
Yep, just had to bite the bullet there because that's one that's going to hurt. Slap shot right in front of you.
Looked like it got him up high near the neck area too. That could have been dangerous, but looks like he is okay. As we will get a timeout, Red, as they look things over. 5:26 on the clock. What do you think they're talking about here?
Just, you're down 2 goals. Step it up. Not big on the 4v4 strategy, but they do have the Todd Reardon power play boards behind them.
So not much. Teal's got. What do you think Teal's got to do to hold this lead after the good comeback from Red?
I don't want to say play defense, because when you're in the GOAT League, defense only takes you so far. We saw that.
Yeah.
So they don't want us talking. I did notice those scoreboard guys pull up the stream so they could hear who scored those goals to announce them.
As we get ready, the Red in the offensive zone.
Baseball?
J.C. Humphreys on the draw against Whitehead. Whitehead will win this back, but Red able to be the first one to it. Humphreys will pick it up, send it back to the point. Sends it across to Christian Humphreys. Into the slot, turned over. Ramirez, it's somewhere, takes down a man, and that will be a power play for Red coming up. 5:06 to go. And to the box will be Dane Ramirez, I believe. He's heading towards the bench, though. He doesn't know he has to go to the actual box.
And it's going to make it a 5-on-3 as Red's going to pull their goalie.
This is a very early goalie pull with only a 2-goal lead, but I guess it makes sense with the power play. So we will have an empty net on our right as we get ready for the offensive zone face-off. 5-on-3 power play. Trevino sends it down. He will get it back over to Malbouf. Malbouf down to Humphreys. Humphreys in front. Save made. McLaughlin on Humphreys and covered. 48 to go on the power play. Hitting around 4:10 on the clock. As we are approaching the time when the time will start stopping. As that one gets booted out and Trevino can't carry it. Trevino to Malbouf. Malbouf going to go in himself. Leaves it for J.C. Humphreys. Humphreys gets taken down, but it's picked up. Schaaf across to Humphreys. Humphreys back to Schaaf. Schaaf shot tipped in. It will be Schaaf's goal, but I believe tipped in by a Teal man in front.
Down to a 1-goal lead. They still got almost 30 seconds on that power play, too.
28 seconds, 3:30 to go on the main clock. Back in the net is Fry. Don't want to risk it too much, obviously. Now it's a 1-goal lead. They have a little bit of time. Humphreys moving in. Back to Humphreys. Humphreys to JC. JC across in front. Schaaf shot save made. McLaughlin and covered. 3:10 to go on the clock. It will probably stop before the next draw, though. So we will have 3 minutes left, 15 on the power play. As they don't stop it, so I guess it will only stop the next whistle. Humphreys. Back to Humphreys, back to Malbouf. Malbouf to Humphreys. Humphreys down. Back to Humphreys again. Christian Humphreys gets poked wide. Malbouf gonna chase it. Penalty is expired now. Back on the ice is Ramirez. George with a nice physical play. Back to Schaaf. Schaaf's shot just goes wide. Ramirez will pick it up. Or Humphreys. Humphreys will lose it. Great defensive play there by George. Christian Humphreys now. Holding. Great play there by Cyprin to knock it off. He will hold. He'll send it up to Ramirez. Ramirez tries to send it across, will eventually make it all the way over to Kuzma, as he will dump it in. Here comes Red, Trevino. Trevino over to Malbouf. Malbouf moving in. Sends it across to Humphreys. Dancing the line. Great play there by Boyson to steal it as the stick gets knocked out of his hand by the ref. But Teal still with it. It's Blair. Blair across. Great save by Carson Fry. Keep it red in the game.
That's got to be the save of the night right there.
George sends it across to Boyson. Boyson back to Blier. Back to George. George sends it down. Blocked by Malbouf. Back in front. Shot there by Cyprin goes wide. Cyprin with it behind the net. He will hold. Picked up by Blier. Back down and around to Boyson. Playing keep away with Teal. Poked away. Blier. Back to Cyprin. Cyprin across. Tries to go to George. George shots. Blocked in front. Malbouf will send it around. Humphreys with it. Under a minute to go in the game.
2-on-1 attempt.
Humphreys with a 2-on-1. Sends it across. Holds, waits, fires, and they score! It will be Brandon Weber gets the hat trick to tie the game with 51 to go. It's 11-11.
Did we expect all three of our games to be tied within a minute of regulation?
It's insane.
What a day of hockey. Just don't say the O word.
Red now. Gonna win the draw.
It's 11-11, so make a wish, hockey fans.
Schaaf will leave that one behind from Mahoney. He'll give it back to Schaaf. Schaaf moving in 40 seconds to go. Weber. Weber will leave it for McKenzie. McKenzie will steal. Give it up. Here comes Teal. It's Pendo. Pendo loses it. To Boyson. Boyson turns it over to Weber. Weber sends it up. Here's Schaaf. Schaaf in. Shot. Save made. Rebound sent into the corner. It's going to be picked up by Weber. Weber sent in. Pendo will hold. 8 seconds to go. Tries to hit McKenzie. Will eventually make it there. 3 seconds and one. Whitehead shot. Save made. And we're getting extra hockey.
I thought for sure they had that goal with like 1.6 left. It was floating in the air and just got knocked away.
It looked like Whitehead had it, but will not. I don't know how long of a break we'll have.
But it's time. We can finally say the O word. Overtime.
Overtime. And it looks like we're not going to get any breaks, so we will not go to intermission. 5-minute, 3-on-3 overtime.
So wait, you're telling me there is no Ottawa Senators? Oscar Sundqvist?
So, the winner of this game, if it is in overtime, will get 2 points, and the loser gets 1, I believe. If it's a tie after 5, it'll go to a shootout, where the winner will get 1 point.
So Teal, one way or another, they have a 1 in the in any column.
In any column, that means there will still be a 0 somewhere. Moving in, it's Humphreys. Humphreys holding. Tries to send it to Trevino, just out of reach. Whitehead with it, almost turned over by McLaughlin. Whitehead. He'll give it off to Pendo. Pendo all the way to Whitehead. Whitehead moving in, gets taken down. That will be a power play in overtime. Whitehead in front. Still holding. McLaughlin makes his way to the bench. 4-on-3 advantage right now. Ramirez holding at the FedEx logo across to Whitehead. Whitehead holds, waits, sent in to McKenzie. McKenzie back to Pendo. Pendo to Whitehead. Whitehead shot, save there by Fry. Pendo holding, back to Whitehead. Whitehead across to McKenzie. McKenzie waits. Holds still. Back to Pendo. Pendo down to Whitehead. Back to Ramirez. Ramirez back to Pendo. Ref's arm's got to be getting tired. Back to McKenzie. McKenzie to Whitehead. Tipped in front. Rebound. and covered by Fry. Digging at it was Ramirez, and we will get a power play for Teal in overtime.
Do you think they're not? But I was wondering if Teal was going to risk the empty net during the power play.
I don't think they would. It will be a 4-on-3 power play. Same 4 will stay out. It'll be Pendo, Whitehead, McKenzie, and Ramirez. Probably the 4 best they have on the bench right now. Whitehead will win the draw back to Pendo. Pendo has McKenzie. Goes to Ramirez. Ramirez down to Whitehead. Whitehead holds. Back to Pendo. Pendo across. McKenzie back to Whitehead. Whitehead holds, waits, fires. Save made. Whitehead to Pendo. Pendo back to McKenzie. McKenzie waits to Ramirez across to Pendo. He scores! Braxton Whitehead and Teal will be 1-2 and no longer have a 0.
Teal teams with those number 1 overall picks. Maybe it's going to work out.
The first overall pick scores the overtime winner, assisted by the second overall pick in Quinn McKenzie. What a game. What a goal. As Teal's going to win this one in overtime, 12-11.
And what a night of hockey. 3 of the best games that we've seen in the league, all coming in one day.
It was an incredible day. All games were A tier for sure. As we prepare now for next week. Next week, it will be purple taking on this red team, losing in overtime. Green will take on teal, and white will, in the main event, white will take on black. So those will all be interesting games as well. Maybe we'll see Mooney and Cooley return, as Cooley may have will play his former team if he is here. But for everyone here, Andrew Keel, Evan Smith, and Caden McCrory, that will be it for week 3. We will be back for week 4 in exactly 7